All right, welcome again to Military Guna TV. Thank you guys for joining me. As you guys can see in the chat box, I already put in my socials because I know many of you guys are asking for my socials. So I already did the favor for you. Put it inside of the chat box. I'm joined here today with my co-host, the man himself, IMAXi Football, JD, powerhouse, firehouse. How are you, bro?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Your introductions are fire, man. I'm here, bro. I'm here. I'm here.
All right, so you know what we're going to discuss. We have covered the strikers, we covered the midfielders, and we're going to cover the defenders right now. The big question is: are the shortlisted defenders good enough? That is the big question that is here. And what we want to do, we want to run through the defenders and a statistical aspect of their career. Also, we can take a back look, and most of these defenders will drive a lot of heated, which is the norm. I believe it's definitely the norm. So, what's your thought on the defenders on the shortlist so far, bro?
Um, to be fair, I am okay with the left back side because Amari Bell and Kemar Taxi Lawrence. I think it all depends on what Theodore Whitmore wants to do. He can utilize different features because Amari Bell's speedy, he goes forward and he can actually defend. Taxi is much more of a defensive unit that can be effective and set plays, and he can actually manage the back line. So if you want an expansive style of play, which I don't think he naturally goes for, so he's going to choose Kemar Lawrence first. But if you want that threat, maybe in the later run of a game when you want something, Amari Bell would be the favorable selection. So the left back, I think the left back pool is perfectly fine. The defense centre back now, you have Damian Lowe, Pinnock, Mariappa Moore, Wes Arden. I think that is and Michael Hector. Sorry, I don't know why I'm leaving out Michael Hector because maybe he's in the central defensive pool. For me, I think that is still solid enough. Yes, the replacement from the first start in lineup is kind of a drop off because, for instance, if you're going to go with Liam Moore and a Pinnock at start, you're going to have Damian Lowe, and then from that point, you're going to struggle to put anyone else. If you switch to Damian Lowe and Moore, you're going to have only Pinnock as a replacement. I think Mariappa and those guys, maybe Michael Hector, it's not the best, It's not the best right now. So the defense line is okay for me, but it's not incredible. You get me? So it's good. It's good for me. And then the right back position now,
And
we have
I
realized
have to be honest.
the right back position now, I would say it's a makeshift thing. The only natural right back here on the list is actually Alvas Powell, which he doesn't have a club. So you know how the thing goes. He should not be in the favorable position. But you know that Wes Harding can play there, Moore can play there, Mariappa can play there, Damian Lowe can play there. But none of them are actually as good as their natural position. So it's like a half and half situation. We have to detail that along the way. It's gonna change. So I would give the defense line okay.
Yeah. All right. So my sentiments in accordance to the defense line, I think it's a fairly good. Maybe I would give it the defense actually, based off stability. I would say our defense is quite okay. I won't say we have the worst defense because when we look across CONCACAF, you can see that man to man and talent wise, we level up with a lot of the CONCACAF teams in accordance to the defensive players. Jamaica, as we know, Jamaica's biggest problem is the midfield, as we addressed that in previous video. But this we can come to a consensus that we want to address the defensive aspect of things. Now we're going to go through a few of the players. Preferably, I think we should start at left back, which we have two contenders for the left back position, in which I believe preferably that is the reason why I would start off a bit subtle with the two players that we know will play in their position. These are two players that we know will play. So I'm going to start off with Amari Bell, as I bring up his season so far and how well he's playing. And he's a player that I really like. Let me bring up so you guys can see it. He's a player that I really like. So let me run through the chat before I go any further because a lot of people are coming in about quite early. What I do realize that when I go live, it has a 1 minute delay because when I see it pop up on my phone, it's separate from when I actually go live, like 1 minute after. But that's YouTube and their propaganda. Rolando Codner said, "Big up a military and JD, big bro, respect." Detriment podcast, Detriment podcast. That's a great name. Big up. Wayne Carnegie said, "Bless up, bro." Jero said, "Bless up. We need to try Kido or Ferguson for a right back." Kido is not a right back, bro. Sevin said, "Up, Guna and JD." Herman Willis, big up, bro. Okay, I'm here. Thank you for joining. Hit the like button. You see the moderator there? Teddy said, Teddy Lee Gray, big up, bro. A lot of respect. Thank you for coming in. You're always posting some controversial things on your social media platform. But thank you guys for coming in. As you guys see, my my social platforms are pinned. They are actually on the top of the chat. So you guys can over the social platforms. And let me tell you from now, I follow everyone. I am not the type of person who have a big following base and follow one or two persons. I'm not that type of person. I believe in community. I believe in community because when I follow people, it shows me that it shows them that I respect them. So that's the reason why I follow everyone. So if you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on Twitter, even on Facebook, I will definitely follow you because that's the person I am. This is a platform that I'm trying to build. Jero said, "Not Kido, Kyle Peter. Sometimes I mix them up." Okay, it's already up. I really didn't realize that I wasn't sharing it. But everyone that is here early enough, thank you guys for coming in. A lot of respect. So JD, this is the first play that we'll be looking at. He's coming up on what's taking. So, what's your take on Amari Bell, and how would you evaluate his season?
All right. For instance, as how I've talked about Toxic previously, he's the opposite of Amari Bell. Amari Bell is a pretty much solid modern D left back. He has creativity, attacking and defensive skill. Yes, his defensive skill might just be the best out of it, but his attacking for a left back and creativity is good. But his technicality and his tactical side ain't the best. So what you expect from him, you expect speed, good positioning here and there, maybe a little cross and there, but it's not his full strength. So you have to rely on him in certain moments. But obviously over time he can actually gel and do much better. His season so far, I think you would have to rank it as off because it shows you here he played 19 games in the league, started 15, and he was always a vocal point for all of those starts. So when he's playing, he's pretty much important, and you saw that he's a actual demon on the pitch. Like his fluidity, his energy is ridiculous. So definitely, he should be a player that you should consider to really push for a starting spot based on his qualities if you want to play the actual expansive football. But obviously, you know, the coach goes for security at all times, so it will go the reverse. But he can offer something completely different. If you're worrying about energy, even in a defensive system, he should be the one be selected more because you talked about defensive. When you set up this defensive, you should be ready for counters. He's the perfect individual for that counter because his speed and his creativity to go forward would have actually given him the nod, and he's a defender. But nevertheless, we know it's a favoritism thing, but he's quality, and I think he had an okay season. That's what I would put it, an okay. But if given more time, he could have done better because some games he was standout really good in it.
Thank you. One of my moderators just bring something to give me to drink. So, JD, you're not the only one who's drinking at the moment.
Yeah, but I have all my things on my desk.
So, I share the same sentiments with what you're saying. As you guys can see, one of the things I love about him is his heat map. No, the heat map tells a lot about a player. The heat map tells a lot about a player. In 19 game, look how dense that red area is. It shows you that he actually does a lot of running. I need to get a site where I can cover all their kilometers, but this is telling me that he's doing a lot of kilometers on the go. But it's a telling thing. 19 games, 80 minutes per game, which means that he's completing those games that he has started. One of the things that I realized that he has over Taxi is actually the crosses. He actually attempts way more crosses than Taxi. He does,
Yes,
and
not
that's
not
something
Coutinho,
that,
not
yeah,
Coutinho, because he's in the position to offer the crosses, and
yeah,
that's
that's
what I
true.
was
That's
telling
true.
people.
No, but remember, no. When Tax was on Anderlecht in a day, quite so often you find Anderlecht playing against weaker opponent and they play more advanced. So I think definitely that's something that he has to work on. Definitely that's something that he has to work on. So but for me, Amari Bell, I would rank him maybe a 6 out of 10 for his season. Pretty much chance he does turn up. He gets in the dangerous areas. As you can see on his heat map, he gets into the 18-yard box more than one of the things that I would say Taxi have over him is a bit more solidity defensive wise, in which we know that is what the coach himself wants. Because people are going to tell me that Theodore Utma does not play a defensive style, but if you check it out, we're counting from we have 10 defenders that we're going to 10 defenders. That's the most out of any position on the pitch and out of the selected team that is coming in. That is the most. I think 4 strikers, maybe 6 attackers. That's another 10. We had like 5 midfielders, and then we have 6 midfielders, and we have 4 keepers. That's the other. But the defensive aspect of his game covered for a majority of the team, which is telling me that he's trying to go. His approach is a solid approach to keep it compact and see how when we can maybe hit them on the counter. But that's not a style of play where we're going to say that he's trying to command it. But for me, I'm looking at Amari Bell and give him a 6 out of 10. Key aspect of his game, I would say, is crosses and his attacking intent. That's what I would say. His crosses and his attacking intent. Let me run through a minimal amount of his stats. Yeah, he's an eye touch player, 58 touches per 90. That is an eye touch player. Really, really eye touch. Big chances created 1. Key passes 0.6. I think he can work on his passing accuracy as well, because that is quite low. Accurate pass per game, 24.2, at 69%, which is relatively low. Accurate pass in the opposition half, at 61%. I think he can do more, a bit better with that as well. Now, let's move over to his defensive stats, because we are hyping up Taxi for his defensive ability. So we have to acknowledge Amari Bell defensive abilities as well. He has 4 clean sheets, 1.1 interception per game, 1.5 tackles per game as well, and possession 0.6, dribble pass 0.7, which is relatively once or maybe 1 every game. Every other game is beaten. Clearance per game 1.2. So that's quite fairly good enough. Error leading to a shot, just 1. So he's in the good aspect of things. So I'm giving him a 6 out of 10 for his season. But potentially, as you can see, even sofa score ratings is actually 6.6. His sofa score rating is actually 6.6. Relatively good zone where I can say where I am comfortable with this player. I am comfortable with this player. Now, let's move over now to the man that we all are saying is going to be the number 1 choice. I believe that he's actually the number 1 choice based off seniority as well. But seniority. But Amari Bell is not a young fella as well, so we can look at that. So Kemar Tax Lawrence, JD, what's your input on Kemar Tax Lawrence? The last game I covered with Tax Lawrence, it did put in a good performance, and a performance I would say is well accounted for himself. Just hold on a minute, JD. Before I go into the Kemar Tax Lawrence, let me run through a few of the chats. Let's try to keep a track of the chats. These guys are really, really moving fast. It's moving really fast. Anderson, we need to get that youth. He's class. We're going to do. I don't like to talk what we want to do, I don't like to speak about what we want to do, because we might say we want to do. You know what? I'm gonna let that say. But we'll give you more information on Anderson when we go along. Teddy Lee said Kemar Lawrence is the man for the left back. Maybe Nathan Ferguson in the future. It solely depends on if we actually put in the impact of trying to get Nathan Ferguson. That is a valid point, I believe. Wesley R said, bless up Guna. Ted Lee said, hope we get a Justin or Kyle Walker Peters. I'm still surprised where the James Justin idea came from, because I haven't seen any reports going around by any paper or anything. Like when Nathan Redman was came out, he was in paper, Gleaner, came on even television Jamaica. I didn't see anything about James Justin. We saw things about Mason Allgate in news articles as well. I think it was reported by Talawa TV. Big up Marlon. Big up, thank you, bro, for passing through. Ted Lee said Kappa is a defensive coach. He named around 4 CDM in this squad also. We will get to that. We'll get to that. Yankney said you see the Bailey and Antonio Fotoguna. Yes, I saw them. Relaxing, So I was in the Jamaican link up already. Rolanda said, where's the photo? It's on Twitter. I saw it on Twitter. Chris Smith said, big up military. As you can see, guys, my socials are in the chat. If you want to pin me in the in the photo so that other people can see it, no problem. But I did saw it. I think I saw it on Reggae Boy Central. I think I saw it on Reggae Boy Central. Jeremy said Cataract was making a point about Pinnock being a one-footed defender, and he's weak on one side. His passing stats with both feet. And I think he will actually get a better understanding of the type of defender that Pinnock is. And he's not. He's making all diagonal passes with his right foot. You should watch, you see. But maybe Cataract may have his opinion. Maybe it's based off of opinion, because we all have opinion and we want our opinion to be heard. But I think you guys should look at the stats where it's passing stats, and you see passing with his weak foot, passing with his strong foot. Bless up panelists. Bless up Jeremy. Thank you for coming through. So I can't do all the comments at once. So JD, no, back to you, JD. What's your take on Kemar Lawrence? No, the first thing I want to realize, look how dense his heat map is with only 3 games. Normally, 3 games is just patches. You only see patches of maybe yellow orangish areas, but you're seeing in dense red areas in just 3 games. Strength, tackling, and ground duels. Weakness, discipline, where let's see, that has to be like these fouls, those type of things, but not fouls to commit card, not card-like fouls, but fouls in general, maybe speaking to the referee, those type of things, because he's not conceding a lot of yellow cards. So what's your take on Kemar Lawrence? And then I'll give you my take.
As I've said before, he's a very good tackler, but he's a tactical player. So that simply means you can set him up in good enough positions, and that's why when you look at his Anderlecht stats, because he didn't play so much games, but after 15 games, 14 starts at 78 minutes per game, it showcased that he had a okay season. 6 almost 7, I think, is decent, and most of his touches was pretty good, like 59 touches per game. Accuracy per game was 81, which is okay based on the fact that you said Anderlecht playing with they are the dominant team over majority of the other teams. So obviously, certain of those passes are short passes in tight spaces, and it looks pretty on the eye. But overall, I think when you look at his crosses and stuff, and at the end feel out product ain't the best. So that's why I said he's not the best attacking. And as you can see over there, creativity and attack is low, and it's not that his strength. So that's what I'm telling people. It's not his strength. He's a guy that can defend and he will stable the ship because he's tactical and he has that leadership quality to command the back line. So you have to give up what Amari Bell offers, which is everything, but not great at none. Over the normal at everything, but not great at none. Well, I would say Taxi is a great tackler. So
Yeah.
at least he has one trait to rely on. But in the modern day and in the tactics of Theodore Whitmore,
Mm-hmm.
who knows if you need more of Amari Bell than him? We don't know. But this is what he offers. You said
Yeah.
about what he did in the MLS. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
expect him to be a little bit more freer in the MLS because you said before his qualities are a little bit better than the MLS. So it's not the best, the best league. So you want him to be more dominant. So let we see over 78 games. Oh, dominant he could be. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Yes, so he's a solid unit. He offers everything as well as Amari Bell, but not on the forward areas as much as Amari Bell because I think he pride himself based on his speed to create a little bit more. But if Taxi has given that authority to do so, I think he will still try and get it done. That's the whole difference about him. It's not a part of his game, are not the main part of his game. But if you give him that duty, because he's
Mm-hmm.
that tactical, he will try and go out and try and do something for the team itself. But he's a solid player overall, and he had an okay season. And now maybe if he can perform in the next 5 games, he might have a solid above normal season. But at Anderlecht,
Mm-hmm.
he weren't the best or the greatest. You understand me? He was just
Mm-hmm.
okay.
All right. All right. So that's a good analysis of Kemar Taxi Lawrence. For me, what I've seen of Taxi Lawrence is that strong defensive minded fullback. A very, very strong defensive minded fullback. Also that could be one of the reasons why you don't see him going forward as much as we all think. But I've seen situations where he does go forward and look competent enough to get the job done as well. But the reason why I would say Amari Bell is more attacking minded is because Amari Bell's team play more attacking and more front footed. Anderlecht was not the best team in the Belgian league, so most of the time they're pinned down and trying to free themselves. 1 or 2 times you find them dominating teams just 1 or 2 times where he will have the freedom to do what he wants to do. But in the same sense, there's a good plus and there's also a negative to every single player. No player is perfect. We're not looking at world beaters here. We're talking about players that we're said at a good enough level, not world beaters. So we can be critically analytic on the players as well, and we also can be fair and highlight their best traits as well, just the same. So when you look at things, for me, I think Taxi Lawrence is growing into the player based off the games that I'm seeing so far. He's growing into the player that we know that the potential that we know he has and can become. Because let me analyze this last game. As you guys can see, total 90 minutes. No clearance, no block shot. He made 2 interceptions. He didn't make any tackles. As you know, ground duels actually one of his best traits, which is a sense of tackling, but getting involved and winning is 1v1 battles. So he won 3 out of 4 of those, and he won 1 aerial duels. He lost possession 8 times, which is significantly in the OK region for a fullback. Now, once for a fullback, you go above losing possession 10 times, that is where it's problematic. Now, he's close to the problematic zone, but he's actually in the OK zone. He was fouled twice. No, he encountered in 5 duels in overall, and he didn't commit any foul, which is also means that he's cautious in how he approaches his battles, which means that he's a smart player. Now, he has 62 touches. Goes to show that he's an eye-touch player. Now, I've covered Tax Lawrence, and I realize that he's an eye-touch player, but Whitmore does not play eye-touch football. So is Whitmore really getting the best out of these players? So is Whitmore actually getting the best out of Taxi Lawrence attacking prowess? Can he do better to get the best out of Taxi Lawrence attacking prowess? Because we're not saying that he cannot attack. We're saying that the most of the system that we're seeing him playing in his attacking prowess is limited because he's doing mostly defending. As you guys can see from the heat map right here, he's at the halfway line. He stops at the halfway line. What if we have him a bit more inside of the attacking third, closer to the byline? Then no, and his attack and his crosses are significantly low. Then at that point in time, we can say crosses. But the mere fact that he's stopped at the halfway line means that he's not passing the halfway line. It can also be a tactics being deployed, or maybe he's also one of those type of players that plays in a system, a back four, like you would see Pep Guardiola does, a back four, then switch from back four to back three, and Tax Lawrence will be that third centre back. It can be in that position, but I haven't seen it. I just seen them being pinned down most of the time. No, this is one of the things that, as you said earlier, about his passing. Really, really good passing, astute passer of the ball, clinical passing as well. We can say like
but 90% of his passing is safe passing.
No, I would say 70, not 90. 90 is right.
I would put it up at 90 because I actually watched the Pro League as if this Raji guy.
Bro. 90 is hard,
no, this Raji guy in the chat because he comes to sell his narrative. Yeah, because he's the next one that comes to sell his narrative. Like he thinks I don't see his video. I'm not even entertaining him.
Let him sell his narrative. But he does actually make attacking passes. But 90 is JD's opinion. That's harsh.
90.
But for me, I think 70%, which is relatively good for a fullback. That is in the all right zone for a fullback. The 70%. So long balls, five attempted, 5 completed 4. This is something that I see that he has. Now, the reason why I said that he makes attacking passes, his long balls are actually down to the byline. Where the striker can run into that channel. So, he's whipped the ball with the left foot around the defender, the right channel, where the strikers will run to. So I've seen him done that quite a lot. I think that is something that he's really, really good at. So you find out that he's making the inverted runs inside of the 18-yard box and the striker going to the byline and getting the crosses in. I think that's a part of the tactics. But he's actually growing into the player that we know that he has the potential to be. Now, we're going to move away now from the left back to the right back position, where it's quite problematic. It's quite problematic. But for me, Tax Lawrence, I'll give Tax Lawrence, I'll edge him. He has to get the edge over Amari Bell, despite Amari Bell does more attacking-wise, because of the same sense, the system that the coach is deploying, which is a defensive system, a more compact system, Tax Lawrence has to be the man who's favorable to get the start over anyone else. And we know the quality that he has. It's not the best, but we does know what he has to offer. So we have to respect that as well. No, so for me, Tax Lawrence is in the area of a 7, maybe a 7, close 7, since I gave Amari Bell a 6. Tax Lawrence is a 6.5 to a 7, which is the better left back, the one that I preferably would go with. So we're going, as I said, people, we're going to go.
So how much you rate natural gifts? Like
Natural
speed, strength, and those things. How much you rate that into a factor when you're going to say the better player?
All right, so for Taxi, Amari Bell is a more attacking minded player. But what that does, I'm not saying that he can't defend. Amari Bell can defend. But in the system that Theodore Whitmore is going to play, that is the reason why I would give him that score for how Whitmore will play. A more compact system, where we solely concentrate on defending and trying to catch a team off guard or on a counter. Now, if Whitmore was a coach that plays an attacking style of play, a counter press, then I would say Amari Bell would be the perfect person, because his tenacity, his ability to get in behind the defenders as a fullback would be really, really good. But the mere fact that Whitmore is more defensive-minded and more compact-minded, we have to use the player that suits that system.
No, just asking, because Amari Bell is faster than Taxi. He's rapidly faster. So I'm just asking you, what natural traits do for you? Like, for instance, if you're having those troubles, like to get out of a press or something, like because you said they're going to play defensive football. So I'm just asking you how much you take those things into factor. That's all I was asking. But that's okay.
That's a good point. valid point because um Amari Bell is really rapid, as I said, can beat the press with pace. But if you look at the passing stats, you'll see that Taxilarion's passing stats supersedes Amari Bell, in which,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's safe passing, in football, if you are going to play defensively, you're going to need safe passing.
Yes,
You have
yes,
less
yes,
risk
yes.
takers. You have less risk takers when you play a more defensive, structured football, a more compact
Yep, yep.
football. Yeah. So everyone is being clean. So the first player we're going to go with on the defensive aspect of the right back position. I'm not going to use Mariappa. Let me see. Let me see if I did use him at the centre back position. Mm, uh, yes, I'm not. All right. So I'm not going to use Mariappa. I'm going to use Alvas Powell. So I have three right backs: Alvas Powell, O'Neill Fisher, and West Arden. So I won't in the attacking in the centre back position. We're going to go on Alvas Powell. I doubt we're going to get much information on Alvas Powell as well. I really doubt it.
But you know the guy plays, don't?
Yeah.
Yes, you
Oh,
know he plays on before.
at least we have a few information. We have some information. It's CONCACAF, but it's good enough. We also have MLS. Let's see. We have MLS. MLS would be, let me see, and then CONCACAF Champions League. Okay, so he has one game in February in which I would say, okay, let's use that then. We can use that as his last game, and then now we can use his overall stats. Well, that's his last game, so why not use that, right? What do you think? Use his last game that he has
Yes,
played.
of course, of course, of course.
All right, so
You
at
have to
right back
talk something
position,
about the dude.
at the right back position, the first player that we're going with is Alvas Powell. All right, what's your overall take? Oh, why did I do that? Before I go into that, let me run through the comment section because I know the comment section is going mad.
Mm-hmm.
Roger, is it Connoy or Connoy or Connoy?
Yeah, yeah,
Last
yeah.
name is messed up. Let's move into the centre back position now, to the right back position. But we're going to run through some of the comments first. And I am way back.
Yes, just run through the
I'm
comments,
way,
man.
way
Run
back.
through the comments.
All right, yeah. Teddy Lee said, oh, bless up JD from Chris Smith. That was on the screen. What am I looking at? Katarak is wrong about Ethan Pinnock. What's up, guys? Big up Theo Nero. Back again. Mr. Problem himself. Chris Smith said, JD and Military, I want you guys to watch the interview with Andrew Price on Sports Down the Middle. He said the best player should be selected, English or local, no matter where they are born. And that's a solid point. Theo Nero said, Taxi Lawrence, yes, Theo, we know it's starting over Amari Bell for me. We know the patriotic belief, bro. Based on last games, Pinnock look shaky. Based on the last game, look at this. Based on the last game Pinnock played, his first half
Yes.
was quite concerning, but
But
he
the
grew
second
into the
half was
game
very good. His second half was
very,
actually
very good.
very good. Yes.
And remember
So
now,
I
the
don't know
entire
what.
season, in the first half, he got beat. He got done 3 times in the first half. That is more that he has ever got done throughout the entire season. So he had a bad start. He had a bad start. And JD said he's not good going forward and he's not good at crossing. We didn't say that, bro. We said that he has his
No, no, he's
issues in
talking
those
about me.
areas. He's not the
He's talking
best.
about me. I told you that this dude come
Okay.
on the channel, speak his mind, and then he went and make a whole channel to be overly prideful as a Jamaican. So I hope people can go and follow him. You understand me? Yes, and then maybe people will start call him out and tell him the truth
Okay.
about life. You know? Yeah. So I think easier to try and attack me.
Robert King said, bless up, Robert. Thank you for coming in. Teddy Lee said, Ethan Pinnock passing average is around 84. Leah Moore is around 83. Thank you for that, bro. Thank you for that. So I have no idea where the one-foot passing thing about. That is always we could have no stigmatize the left-footed players as one-footed players. Anderlecht is not dominating anyone. You don't watch the league then. Anderlecht is not the worst team in the league.
You don't. No, you don't need to
Crossing
say anything
is
to him.
strength.
Yeah. Some of these guys are
Crossing
promoting
is his strength
themselves on
and
the
he's good.
internet. That's what I realize. Maybe they have channels that they want to promote. They just need to ask, you know.
And he's good going
But they
for.
need, yeah. So Taxi is good going forward, and Crosses is his strength. They're all superhuman beings.
Yeah, but
We don't need no
for the
English play at
for the
all.
and there's no area that he needs to work on. That is
No.
football.
Hmm.
That means you would say that Messi is not good because he doesn't use his right foot as often.
Yes.
We have to be mindful. We have to be mindful of the narrative we're trying to bring across people. We have to be mindful of that. Do you guys know that one club in MLS is worth more than half the clubs in the Belgian Pro League?
Yeah, but
You're talking
what
about the
that
value
says.
of the club or the value of the players? Are you
Maybe
talking
you're
about
just
the
talking
value of the
about the
club
value
or
of
the
the club.
yeah?
Maybe the
Because
value of the club
remember, no,
because
no,
but
the
there.
club has the stadium as a part of the value. The franchise is a part. Remember now, the MLS is a franchise league, where it's $1 billion league. Not the players in
Yes,
England. It's $1 billion
and
league,
we know
but it's $1
America.
billion.
We know America. We know
Yeah, exactly.
America.
So it's
It
about the
doesn't really
money.
translate about how good the players are. It's about how
Hmm.
much marketing goes through the club. It has nothing to do with the players or the football
Hmm.
because most of the teams in Belgium will beat the MLS teams. So that has nothing
Hmm.
to do with the quality.
Okay,
But
guys.
I know
Continue.
No, but I know he's just trying to spin the same thing that he's saying for 16 years now, and it's gonna come back up in the chat because I can't understand how these guys wake up with the same mentality every single day. It's impressive,
Guys,
man.
remember now, people. We have 40% watching at this moment. Um,
Hmm.
I know you guys are liking the content, which means that you guys are really active. I have over 30 persons actively in the chat. I would really advise all those 30 persons to hit the like button. And the moment I said someone to hit the like button, the live significantly dropped. But anyways, do you guys so here Nero, the value of the club itself does not tell the quality of the players. Arsenal is a highly valued club, big money, but we have some crap players that values nothing. We can't even sell them. We can't even sell. We cannot even get a good price for some of our players. Rajay said Pinnock is not going to make hard passes, which is okay. Are you watching Pinnock? Are you really watching Pinnock,
Bro, let's
Raja?
skip that comment. Let's skip that comment and just move on, bro. Let's skip that comment and move on.
We're talking about a player that makes so many diagonal passes. I rate Damian low, but Ethan Pinnock and Liam Moore are ahead of him now. Oh my word! I can't bet any money this comment starts a fight. I bet it, and I can't. Oh my word! Lincoln fans, big up, bro. Teddy Lee said a Damian Lowe supporter told me that the Egyptian league is better than MLS. Ooh. I don't know because I've never evaluated both leagues before to come to a conclusion of which one is better. But
I
I've
would say the
watched.
MLS is better. I think so because
I
you
watch
can't
Egyptian league
disrespect the
and
talent. The talents coming back from
yeah, that's
Europe
coming from the MLS.
because their IQ don't drop. Their
Mm-hmm.
physical ability might drop a little, but the IQ didn't drop. So I still will give it edge over the Egyptian league 100%. At least in my opinion, still.
Thank you. Well, it's difficult to say because I've watched Egyptian league and I'm not really impressed. I have to be honest. I'm not impressed because I've seen like some school, but yes, we see school bar everywhere, but
Skip
I was not
Jer-
impressed. I would
yeah,
say the
Jer-
Egyptian league and USL are maybe in the same category.
yeah, but just skip that comment, man. Skip that guy off the screen, man.
Jairus, if Jamaican had thought the football through, maybe we could have had a booming football economy. Great fields and a competition that rivals MLS and the Mexican League. Imagine that. That's a great point, Jairus. But it boils down to the hierarchical structure in the football industry in Jamaica. These are the guys that pull the string. These are the guys that makes the decision. And they are the one who are failing us. and that is the reason why we are having all these type of debates. So Tevin said Low is better than Pinnock. Damien Low play more serious. Pinnock plays soft. Yeah. All right, Tevin, we'll be getting to those players soon. We'll be getting on those players soon. Blessing Ian Campbell, thank you for joining the show again. We have someone here who can actually throw some good points around, who actually does not speak patriotically and speaks facts. I'm way back. Best left back in the region. What region? What region? What region, Lincoln? Remember, there's a guy at Bayern Munich, you know. Remember, there's a guy at Bayern Munich.
I'm stopped taking these guys serious in the comment section. Believe me, if it's not a serious question, I am not even paying it attention. Lincoln gonna be behind his keyboard laughing, you know.
JN with the sports said, bless up guys, I swear every time I check in is in my lunchtime. Your time differential is mad. Piccolo, big up. Try Luan Garcia. No, that's Garcia. Which Garcia is that? That's Garcia from Trinidad. And that's actually Levy. Maybe it's someone else. We'll check it out. We'll check it out, Piccolo. J Energy Sports asking Raja if you have seen Pinnock played 90 minutes of football before. Yakni said Allgate possibly represent us if he don't get called up for Euros. We'll see about that one. Siobhan Given said can't use his last game. But that would be the most current available stats. So I think that would be the best way to approach it. Patrick Riley said, I think Leon Bailey is doing the job that the coach of Jamaica should be doing in England. Did you see him, England guys, in the England guys, is it coincidence? Oh, you're talking about Antonio. Remember now, Patrick, is not the coach, that is one that does the recruiting. Detriment podcast said, from watching Pinnock, he's an absolute beast in the air and when it comes to physicality. Thank you, Detriment. At least someone is watching Pinnock. Profound Ministry, thank you for coming again. Time will tell if we have made the right choice to cover our final tier of our defense. I won't be able to go through all the comments. So let's get back now to Alvas Paul. As we said, JD, the right decision is to actually evaluate Alvas Paul from his last game, right? Because that will give us a more recent update on the player that we're looking at.
We can't do nothing more than his last game, because if that's the case, we're gonna skip him and he's not relevant. You know, so at least we are trying to give him credit for what he did overall in his career.
Exactly.
You know?
And his last game was actually in the CONCACAF Champions League. Which was on a few months ago too as well. February. He played in February. So we have to give credit to that. So you guys can see from his heat map, he's 26 years old, 183 centimeters, fairly good height for a fullback. So he played one game, total of 70 minutes in that game. Let's look at his attacking stats. Well, relatively nothing. No shot.
Yeah, but because it's over one game, you know that he's good going forward. So that don't really tell the full detail.
He had 48 touches in 70 minutes. That's relatively a lot in 70 minutes for a fullback as well. Key passes, no big chances. Accurate pass, 3.0 at 21%. Ooh, that's quite low. That's significantly low. Not as significantly low. I have to be honest. It's one game, yes. But, all right. So, let me track back, because that one game, it feels a bit misleading. You see that accurate pass that's quite low. Let's use something, CONCACAF Gold Cup. All right. So, people are always hyping up about, there's no stats for that as well. No passing stats, no. All right, let's use his MLS career, which was last season. Um, Played 5 games. He's not playing any amount of games. Where is this hyper run Alvas Paul is coming from? 5 games starts, 3 of them. Minutes per game, 58. So he's still not completing when he starts. Goal conversion, 0. Attacking stats are quite poor. Passing 35. Accurate pass per game at 66%. So obviously he's not a passer. He's not a passer of the ball. Accurate pass in his own half, 6 at 64%, and that should be the highest. Crosses 0.2 at 14%. So Alvas Paul. Let's look at his defensive stats then. Let's factor in that. Since that we are looking at a fullback and we want to find something positive. And for the viewers to don't think that we're actually going at the players. Interception 1.6, which is relatively okay. Tackles per game 1.8. I think that is fairly enough. Possession 0.2. Dribble pass 1.4. That is a lot. That means he's been done 2 times every 90 minutes. Clearance is 0.6. Goal conceded, none of that. 1 yellow card. So successful dribbles, none. Total duels 3.4, 52%. That is quite low because when you look at over to the other side where we just analyze taxi, his duels ratio was quite high. Was quite high. So Alvas Paul, you're in the maybe the 5.0 ratings. You're in the 5.0 rating, so basically 5. What's your take on him, JD? Because this is not much. We are struggling to find stats. We're struggling to find to evaluate performances.
Yes, I went back a little bit on him and I watched some footage and stuff over the last month or so. Because keep in mind, he was always one of the guys that people told me that he's good going forward and can't really do much defensively. So I went and do some digging. I think he's okay defending, The problem is people have to always take into account the positions that people picks up on a team. Every single team plays different. So he's not going to play the same system for his Jamaica team as well, because maybe his Jamaican team will be a little bit more dominant and he's going to be in different positions. You get me? So that's the whole story. I think he can tackle and he can play going forward. I think he's a little bit better than what people give him credit for. I honestly believe so. But because he's not playing, that's why I said I would start most of the other individuals above him, due to the fact that his fitness level won't be high, and that's prone to making mistakes because you will have even players that are slower than you passing you because you're not up to speed. You get me? So those are the reasons. But if he's fully fit, I think I would give him maybe close to the nod to start with anyone else because of his technical gifts. So I think he's much better than what most give him credit for. I truly believe so. You're muted.
My bad. I'm sorry about that. The next player we're looking at is actually O'Neal Fisher. Let's see what he has to offer, what he can bring to the table. But before we go to him, we're going to run through some of the chats and see what some of you guys are saying. Perform Ministry said, time will tell if we have made the right choice to cover or final. Okay, I did read that already. Set all eyes will be on championship final. Let's see how these 3 Jamaican players play when their back are against the wall and season is on the line. Exactly. That's critical in their career right now. We see how which one of these players are more hungry to take on the next step. Want to play for Jamaica before he went to Everton, but Jamaica don't call him, so I don't wrong him to wait for England. Euro. If you think about Jamaica rejected these players. We'll see. The Mason Holgate thing is a quite a contrary one. we don't like to make a big demands about that area because there's so much uncertainty in that area. Yes, we did know that he said that he would like to play for Jamaica. That's what he actually said. That interview was done with Talawa, the presenter, the female presenter on Talawa TV. That's what she said. She spoke to him personally, and he said he was open to the idea of playing for Jamaica. So don't listen to what other people are saying about Mason Holgate said this, said that. You should listen to what the person herself who spoke with Mason Holgate. That's where the entire storyline came from. For real, I'm sure I'm trying to work for the MLS. I'm trying to go work for the MLS. You need to put me in contact with tactical manager. Theonero. Big up Delano. John Arda Patterson said formation 3-5-2, Nicholson East, Taxi Low, Morrison, Bobby Reed, Powell, Jamalo, Moore, Pinnock. Result Jamaica 3-1. Wow. Wow. Really? I just think that Arsenal is not bad, not a bad team, and just have a bad coach, just playing a bad system. Yeah, but the players don't have any value here. That's what I'm saying. So the club is quite expensive, but the players' value is nothing. That's what that's what we're trying to bring across to you. That's how far back I am. Theonero said Ethan Pinnock and Moore are two more favorite defenders in Jamaica. So I don't hate English-based players. I don't know what this coming from. Just the way you speak, bro. It's just the way you speak. Kevin British said Damien. Big up, Kevin. Jamaica. Janara said. Patterson said Jamaica 3, Serbia 1, Jamaica 2, Japan 0. Janara, I'm hoping that you'll be here on this channel for the review of those games. Major League Soccer is better than the Egyptian League, and that is coming from Theonero. At least he's positive about something. The only way Caribbean teams can rival the league like the MLS and Liga MX is if they come together and create like one Super League, like Trinidad, Haiti, and Jamaica come together and create a Super League. Okay, understand. Big up photos for Jamaica. Linval Salman said military. I think Low is better. Showed everything he goes out for Jamaica. It's just a matter of time before he's back in Europe. Remember now, I've heard rumors that the option was there for him to go in Europe, and he up to make the move to the Egyptian League, maybe based off of financial basis. So because of finances, I don't think we'll be seeing him in Europe then, if that's what you think. I keep on seeing people saying these local players and Jamaican-born players are better than Pinnock and Moore and players in England. Who must I believe? The qualified scouts, or these fans? The thing about it, Dutchman Podcast, everyone is open to having their own opinion. So there's nothing wrong with fans saying that they believe that a particular player is better. Because as fans, I am also a fan. As fans, we do have opinions and we like to get our opinion heard. So that's a part of it. What do you think about that, JD?
I think the overall assessment is Detriment Podcast. The fans are always looking to be prideful. That's it. The scouts that makes money for a living and makes players getting rich for a living. It doesn't matter where you're born. If you're good enough, you're going to make it. Why is it every time you talk about one of the Jamaican players going abroad is always, I heard that he could have gotten a move. You didn't hear that he had a move and then didn't play well and then reach back to a lower division. So I think the qualified scout from England, I will always prefer them 99.9% of the time. And I'm luckily giving these fans 0.001%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's actually a lot of logic to it, because these guys know what they're doing. They have the analytics. They have watched the players over and over again. They have done their comparison with other players and evaluate them and that is what they get paid to do. Linval said the man from Bayern will play as a winger, not a wing back.
Yeah, well, that still don't make
Yeah,
Sir
this
Lawrence
still
here.
doesn't make.
Remember, you have Robinson playing for USA. You know, you have Red Sheehan playing for Suriname. So you have a load of guys that I think is really, really better because they're playing in bigger leagues and doing bigger things. It's not even two places alone, a load more. I don't even think, to be honest, he's in the top 5. That's what I'm going to say. You have a lot more players. You just need to check all of the listing. Maybe that's something good to do in a military. Literally go by position and pick the top 5 in each positions and showcase people
Top
how
5 in the
much
category.
top,
The
yes,
region.
like top 5 left backs in a region, and show them how much left backs you have and right backs and central defenders. You know, for
But
people
since you
to
said it,
really see the shoot.
I think you will see it soon. The moment that you just
Yes,
said it, you
we know
people,
people keep watching us and they're
yeah,
splashing it out.
guys, you'll see that. I'm assuming that you guys will see that quite soon. I
Yeah,
don't
we
think you
don't
have to
even have
worry
to
about
cover
us.
it. We even have to cover it. It will be out soon.
Maybe in the next day or two, minimum. If not, then we will consider it. If not, Jamaica Carvel, Ray Francis, big up, thank you for coming, bro. A lot of respect. Jamaica football will never get better because the administration working in third world countries, but getting first world pay. That's where their focus is at. So that's a valid statement, and that is where corruption fall in place. Because everyone is working towards the big pay, but not working towards what they should be paid for. If you're working on what you should be paid for, then you are likely to make what you're getting paid for better. But because you're only working towards the pay, you have no interest in what you're working paid for. And that's just legit. It's like you're working at an office and you just know that because you're in the office, you're just at office. And Friday evening fortnight or monthly come, you collect your pay. So you don't interact with your customers. You don't let your customers feel comfortable. You don't bring that pride in the work that you do. So that's what's happening right now. There's no pride in the JFF. And we as consumers, we take anything because we are patriotic to our players. But if we should put pressure on these players, our own players, put pressure on our own players and the JFF, I can guarantee you will see better results. Patrick Ryle said, guys, I'm dying laughing. Best right back. Perform Ministry said the JFF is broken record that just keeps scratching until it gets irritated. Each time we hear of players wanting to play for Jamaica, rejected, then later when England comes on and call, they bemoan the fact.
You know, I have something to say on that military. You know, Perform Ministry. You know why you think it's a scratch record? Because people out here putting it out every time. I never saw the JFF saying that they contact these players, or saying that they overly contacting players over and over. It's people coming saying that the JFF contacted these players without no proof. So that's why we have so much influx of players that we are saying that they have contacted, in which most of them you don't even sure. We're just taking people's word for it because they come and tell you that they are this and they are that. So that's the whole story. We saw when the JFF brings things to the full. And keep in mind, I'm not picking up for the JFF or nothing, because you saw that we criticized them. But maybe it's just because people keep pushing out things for monetary gain in your eyes, and you think that the JFF keep turning over some of these guys. You saw the guys that JFF don't contact, or we are not even sure. He came out, Nathan Redman, and said, "Oh, we tried to contact them. No, we are waiting for the contact, but we didn't get any." You saw those guys, but you don't see all the other guys. So I don't believe that JFF contacted most of them, to be honest. I don't think so. I think they left out some because the coach might not want some, and they don't want to cause unnecessary friction. Think about that side, Profound Ministry. Sometimes it's what they have on the list. They don't want to irritate anyone else. Remember, they just signed a deal with these guys that boycotted. Most of them make sure in those statements and those written records that they're going to get game. Believe me,
Mm-hmm.
they don't sign nothing saying that, oh, I'm gonna take the money and then if I don't get the game, it's up to that. No, I think they actually signed on that dotted line to ensure that they're gonna get game. And that in itself stop most of the imports of coming in. So maybe the JFF hands are actually tied if you calculate it that way. And these are things that we know because we know that they have signed a deal.
Mm-hmm.
And in that same deal, Whitmore, they've stated, I've heard that, I have it on my channel. Ricky says Whitmore said he's going to talk to the guys. So he was the
Mm-hmm.
one mandated to do that job. So take the facts that we have Profound Ministry and put the common sense to it.
Into
I
it.
think it's tied between Whitmore, the guys that boycotted, and the overall imports, the JFF.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the JFF to be blamed, it's all three parties. Because I think they have signed a deal with these guys to make sure they can get game, and that's what's causing the problem from bringing in the rest of the players.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, you're going to see come out soon. Because I strongly believe that's the thing that only makes sense.
All right. So listen. This is Whitmer's excuse now. This is how you take facts, which was taken from their mouth, and you can come to a good and proper analysis. Whitmore said that he has been building a project for 3 years. So he put that out in the media, which means that everyone is saying these are Whitmore core players. Because they are the core players, better believe it that he's telling that these guys must play. That is what he's saying. That is exactly what he's saying, that these guys must play. Guess what? So even if Mason Allgate and if anyone did know Ben Godfrey, which is also dual citizen, who can play for Jamaica, if any one of you guys didn't know, go and check it for yourself. Go and check it for yourself. Go and check out all the footballing platforms. He's dual citizen. He can play for Jamaica, and he also can play for the England team. Now, if Ben Godfrey and Mason Allgate comes in, they will still not get game. They still won't get game over Mariappa Low, because Mariappa Low has been part of the project the last 3 years. Even if we get Tariq Mitchell at Crystal Palace, one of the best young left back in the Premier League, Taxi will still play over him, because Taxi is a part of that 3-year, might be in that contract that states that these players must play.
I think that explains everything why.
Maybe that's the reason why some of these players never turn up, because they are trying to defend their game time. There's so much things happening, people. No, you guys need to be able to read in between the line. There's a lot of things that are happening. If you don't read in between the line, you're going to be misled. Ian Campbell said, stop using sentiments to compare Low to Pinnock. Pinnock is currently ahead of Low. Lincoln fan said Low better than Pinnock by far. Well, Lincoln fan, look at the comment above yours that Mr. Pinnock said, Campbell said. Mr. Campbell said, don't use sentiments. Use factuals. And you know the funny thing about it, Lincoln? Tell me the last game you have watched with a Low. Then I can make a proper assessment of what you think. Because you guys know I watch these guys. That is the reason why I cover all the players. You guys know I watch these guys. So tell me the last game you watched with Low. The thing is, he wasn't playing football. Yeah. So we have to look at that as well. Ricardo Robinson said, the thing is, we can't stock. Chat moving mad. We can't stock with Low and Taxi as usual to bring us to the World Cup. They have been representing us well, but we get to qualify for the World Cup with these guys or win a major competition. No, but they're expecting that all of a sudden we should win a competition with them. That's we are getting these players, and it is to get us across the line. Yeah. Big up David McClary. Thank you for coming in. What do you all think about the Curacao and Haiti team? We'll cover that. And we've covered that quite a few times. Also on JD's channel, we have covered that over. And you guys can go and hit the subscribe button as well. same content, as you guys know. I'm over there quite often. Typically, he's a co-host on my show, and I'm also the co-host for his show. So
When you want to
I
turn
might
up.
be available. I might schedule yeah, I might schedule a show and I might not be available, and you see JD on my channel. And you'll be like, what? What? Is JD in Jamaica? No. It's the world of technology that we're in, people. Paul is not good. Seeing him over and over, not good enough. I put Harding ahead of him. Paul too, poor. Passing is quite poor. Ricardo said some of these players are good in their comfort zone. Woo! JD, I won't go any further in that. I want you to address that one. Just the first sentence. Some of these players are good in their comfort zone. What's your take on that?
It's off the field and on the field. What we can tell you, Ricardo Robinson, is most of the guys coming in, they have to adapt. So if we are saying that these guys will start over most of these guys that's already in their comfort zone, it explains exactly what I was saying before. They are going to try their best to put stipulations in brackets to make sure they block the guys, but block it in a way in which to make sure the Jamaican people don't know the true truth that's around it. So I think the best way they started it is to make sure they had those contracts start talking with Whitmore, the person that will have to make the final decisions. Because we spoke with Rudolph Speed before, and Rudolph Speed told us that Whitmore has a say in the selection. So that means they put everyone to the front foot and make sure they get every information out of them. Well, the rest said they will get exposed when they are facing players of the higher quality. These games coming up will show up individual we are hyping. Well, no problem. That side now, I would say maybe it just show some of the other guys, but because everyone on the pitch, they will still blame it on maybe the European guys just the same. If you are saying that it's a segregation and the European guys are way more ahead of most of the Jamaican guys, which I do believe. You just have a core set of Jamaican guys that can fit with the European guys and then make a collective force to do something special. So really and truly, we're going to see things out of this, but as what Military said, there is a 3-year budget and a 3-year project as well. So even when these guys fail, they are going to be in it because they have signed contracts. And the sad thing about it, most of the European players don't want money. They are not playing for money. So I can't see why they keep forcing these guys to play for the country when you have others over here willingly ready to take none and just play. You understand me? That's the whole story. But as you said, most people will get exposed and we're going to see. So if it's the English players you're talking about, we're going to see that. If it's the local guys playing overseas, we're going to see that. But hopefully people stand up and raise their arms once they don't play, just as though they can blame Pinnock for one game. Make sure you call out the guys that not playing good, because we are going to be on your neck. On your neck, believe me. You're muted, Military.
I don't know. I think I don't know why I'm consistently doing that, but it's the right thing to do, so that's why I'm doing it. But then now I'm openly speaking when so the rest of the question posed when they are facing players of higher quality. Same thing that JD just said. These games coming up will show up some of these individuals we are hyping. So JD, this guy said everything that you actually said, and we have to look at it. We have to look at these things. JD, you just proved my point. I've been saying the same thing. Well, Theo and JD are agreeing, and let's see. Things we shouldn't be looking for English players that are not sure about coming to play for us. No, JD did not say that.
No, he's just twisting my word to put in his CV because he's looking at a job from the JFF and the MLS at the same time. He will get you.
Yard YB said, Gunner, I'm not sure the administrators get paid per se. What they do then? They're working for free? Up to the minute whether Fisher is not good enough, end off. All right, so so let's move on from Fisher.
Yes.
let's move on. Did you analyze Fisher?
Yeah, Fisher is okay, man. Fisher is okay. Just run through the chats and then
Let's
we
run
can
through
just go through more than one players at once to get
at
everything
once.
completed in the 2.5 hour settings that you want.
Yeah, it's a holiday now. Hopefully, guys are enjoying your holiday and don't and don't
It's a
go
holiday in
out because
Jamaica as well.
yes, Labor Day.
Okay, it's Labor Day. Okay, it's also holiday here.
Okay, that's yeah. So everyone is actually home. Everyone is home. And guess what? We're on the lockdown. So yeah.
Yes, it's already
Um,
holiday. It's always holiday.
JD, good point. Maybe the players that strike are the ones keeping some of the others out indirectly. Um, Facts, JD. Big up DG's football. Jero said what a soap opera between JFF players and Whitmore. You can't make this up off. we can build a movie out of it. Perform Ministry said, I agree with you. Accept your point. Well said. Thank you. I don't know which one of points still, but maybe it's any one of us points. So we're on the same track. So I guess. So basically, we're doomed if the players top of trust do not perform. Yeah, we are
Yes.
doomed. Mr. Tika said, big up military and JD. What did I miss? You missed a lot. You need to hit the notification bell, Mr. Tika. Big up Steven. Chris Smith said, JD and military, we can pick 10 left backs in Mexico that is better than Taxi. I don't know what these people are talking about. Mexico can find at least 4 teams. Yeah, Mexico has a large pool.
Yeah,
Not just
yes,
the
but
pool.
I've told them that. I've told them that, but apparently people don't listen, so we have to build the video to show them. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yes,
and
but
it's not just big. The pool is big, you know. We're talking about quality as well. Quality.
Yep.
A lot of these players has been proven and they didn't pass the cut. Remember that Gold Cup similarly? Yes, same one, 3-1. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but Patrick Riley, I guess all of those things have every single tournament have been reset. After it finishes, it resets.
It's reset. It didn't happen.
Yes, it's just zero now. Yeah, everything is zero, man.
Ricardo Robinson said, how many persons realized how poor Low was against Saudi Arabia and reckless with his tackle? Given said, military, see if you can find any stats on Martin Davis. And people, Martin Davis is a player that I do admire. Is how he speaks, his qualities, his traits as well, because he speaks facts and he understands where football should be in the country, and he understands the reason why football is where it's at in the country at this moment. I have a lot of respect for Martin Davis.
But we don't need to dig up the stats. We know about Martin Davis. We covered him on numerous occasions. So the guy is talented, man. I even said that over a long time ago. I said I think he should have even been called up. So what are your thoughts on this? You think that they're actually even selecting the wrong players for Jamaica overall? Because I think that's a big question as well, you know. I think they are actually selecting the wrong Jamaicans as well, you know. Not just the English guys, you know, the wrong Jamaican born as well, you know. Because you have guys that are actually way talented. I think Martin Davis is way better than Maggie. He's not even close. Way better as well.
But he won't get hype.
But I heard people telling me about this guy is great. He's almost good as Gio Reyna. That's what people coming to my channel are saying here. Martin Davis is one of the most gifted, talented players here. And the one thing I like about him, he's willing to listen. He literally came out the other day and said most of these players from Jamaica need to play overseas because the level in Jamaica is pretty low. And I hope a lot of people watch that interview so you can understand what we have been saying for months. You get me? For months. Yep. So, yep, it is what it is.
All right. So let me run through. Yeah, I'm actually finish off a lot of the comments, so I can move on. Patrick said, Carvel said, I think they are stuck in the past and just love to think about the 98 dream. Yeah, but the 98 dream only happened because of hard work and also players coming I'm waiting, JD, because we see all the great players they are hyping up. We will see what they have to offer. Mark Chambers, everyone will get show up because let Pinnock and Moore prove themselves also. Yes, that is true. They are going to prove themselves as well. And if they fail,
and they came to prove themselves. They
yeah,
they don't come here acting like they're better than the others. It's the others we are hyping up, saying they're better than
they're
them.
better than
We
them.
don't know one.
That just
We don't
coming
the
in.
guys proving himself. That's a sad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So big comment, big comment.
Big up the kid. Said thank you for coming in. Said man, come on, dig up the stats. Some of us don't know him like myself. Yeah, that means you're not watching the videos. Given you're not watching the videos. We have covered Martin Davis on a few occasions. Guys, please smash the like button. Bring the like button up. I at least can get up to 50 likes. I think I can get up to 50 likes. They won't select Martin over Maggie because Maggie was a schoolboy star. Okay, so community baller mentality.
Well, Martin Davis was traveling from his young, learning football at the highest level. Jamaican schoolboy level ain't that superior. I literally left from playing basketball one season, and I was naturally a winger, and I just left and played left and right back. And I was one of the best left and right back in the entire school league after one season because I had natural gifted talent with speed, power, and strength. And obviously IQ as well. But it just shows. So we need way more than that, man. You need way more than that to play football. You get me? And I'm not putting myself down, but I'm just telling you the level of Jamaican school football. It's not as high as what you think. You get me? So I do agree with you, J. Rush. It's just facts, man. And we have to, maybe it's just the way we are coming. We are coming to the people. That's why they didn't receive me that way. But sometimes I don't mean nothing negative. I'm just trying to tell you the facts. But maybe I need to figure a way out to tell it good enough that you can receive it. Maybe I need to work on my receiving skills for the Jamaicans. You know, military.
Yeah. Martin Davis is undoubtedly talented. My only concern is the quality of his opposition. We should call him up for the friendlies. But remember, photos for Jamaica. We have players playing in the MLS. Huh?
The qualities of his opposition?
Yeah.
Maggie, Maggie playing with?
We don't know. We don't know. Look,
we have players with no one.
So that's what I'm saying. Poor leagues, very poor leagues. So key people, let's look at the last right back, the one that I believe should be the starting right back for Jamaica, which is Wes Harding. 24 years old, relatively young. He has like 2 more World Cups in his, well, this is one, and then the second. So that's 2. He has 2 World Cups in his legs. So by the time the next World Cup, he'll be 28 years of age. So we'll see how well we work on that. He has fairly good stats this season. Outstandingly plays 46 games, 46 appearances. Started 41 of those, which means that he's a dominant figure in the team at Rotherham United. A dominant figure. So he's another championship player, people. Now, he also completed 80 minutes per 90. No goals, but he has a few assists. He has 4 assists. Another eye touch player, 47.6. Big chances created, 5. Look at that. Big key passes, 0.6. Now his passing stats can do a lot better. 12.6 at 56%. Accurate pass in his own half, 3.9 at 61%. So he definitely can work on that. Accurate pass in the opposition half. Then now accurate long balls, 1.9 at 31%. Now let's move over to defensive stats. Clean sheets, 7 clean sheets, 1.9 interception per game, 1.3 tackles per game, and 1 possession, 0.2. But he has 2.1 clearance per game as well. 1 error leading to shot and 1 error leading to goal. Yeah, you were saying, bro.
We are missing something as well, you know, because I know what the fans want. You know, they want a comparison as well. So while we are talking about this guy, if his passing is low, he's in a much more competitive league than the Egyptian league. You get me? So that means your passing is harder to come off. Right. So that in itself, you will give him extra points to even have a lower passing grade because it's much more difficult to complete the same pass because you have a
Yeah,
higher
it's way
intensity.
more difficult.
Yes, so we need to filter that in as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I do agree. For me, my perspective, I believe that he's the one that should be starting for us. I solely do think that he's the one that should be starting for us. So I'm looking at West Harden as a preferred right back, not the Mariapa who's 35 years old going up against 21-year-old, 19-year-old, and 18-year-old. That I play football, and you could build all these different type of cases for all different type of players. But once you're starting to go up in that bracket of the age, you're not a keeper, which you have that longevity. They say that age 35 is relatively good enough. Or you're not a centre back. If you're a centre back, I would be okay with that age bracket at 35. But for a fullback, no. Your pace is gone. Your tenacity is gone. Your ability to go up the line, up and down the line, to get across in the box, to create something dangerous. That all that ability is totally gone. So for me, West Arden has to be the first choice fullback, right fullback. Yes, we know that he plays in a variety of different positions, but if you can look at his heat map, you will see that right back is actually the position that is been deployed mostly. What's your take on that, JD? Before we move on to the centre back position.
He's a utility player. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
would say. And maybe if Mr. Whitmore likes to play defensive first, maybe you can actually use him in a right wing back position. And then
Mm-hmm.
so much people cry for Low. You would have put Low, Pinnock, and Moore to play.
Yeah.
Start and then you maybe choose Amari Bell over Taxi for those out and out roles because Amari Bell can play the right wing back position as well. So
Mm-hmm.
that in itself you can give and take. So with him, it brings much more creativity in the team, or much more
Mm-hmm.
fluidity towards the coach, which likes to play defensive. Once he's like how he's such of a utility player, he offers
Mm-hmm.
much more different looks. It's just the whether or not he's going to take those gambles. And
Mm-hmm.
keep in mind, guys, if you use five at the back, who will you use as a substitute defenders, centre backs, if you have a problem? So you have to think about that as well. You get me? So there's a lot of things you have to put in into full analyzation mode. But definitely I think he's a very good player that should be the right back because I put him with Alva Spoil as maybe Alva Spoil a little bit below him, but because he's
Mm-hmm.
not playing, he drift even further behind him. So definitely he would be my starter because he's a guy that will offer so much overall. It's not even funny, and I think he will play the system that Whitmore requires or played in the past. Effective enough for Whitmore because those sit back and sprinting, he's an energetic player. So you
Mm-hmm.
need those guys in that system that you want to go with. So I would say he would be the starter still for me.
Okay. Yeah. I think so as well. So definitely we have completed the right back, the left back, and right back position. Now we are going to move over into the centre back position, where I believe the heated arguments are going to fall in place. People are going to be arguing. People are going to be fighting. This is where the what do you call it now, the battle lamps and the fork and the pitchforks will be coming out, cutlasses and all those type of things. This is where the eat of the matter is. So I put Mariapa at the centre back position because I personally don't want to see Mariapa as a wing back. I don't want to see it as a fullback. I do not want to see that. That's not something that I am looking forward to. There's no longevity in that. So, but fair enough. We'll see how well. So I put him at the centre back position. We will see. He's really people is slow. Mariapa is quite slow. I'm not sure if anyone know. So defensive central, defensive right. As you guys can see, played a total of 25 games. Made started 19 of those, minutes per game 17. But before I go further into the play, I forgot to ask you, JD. Did we? Should we run through? Let me run through some of the comments. I'm sorry about that, people. My bad. I really do sorry about that. I do apologize for that. So let's run back through some of the comments. Then no, I'll continue with the player analysis. Maggie is talented and still has a lot to learn. In my eyes, Pinnock and Moore proven. These guys are playing in the championship. Possible. Moore has played in the Premier League already. He played for Leicester City in the Premier League. I didn't know if anyone of you guys knew that.
I think everyone of them knew guys.
That. Theo Nero said, Malta is not that strong of a league. How many of their teams qualify for European competition?
How much of the MLS teams qualify for the European League? None. So that really don't answer.
How much of the Egyptian teams? How much of the Egyptian teams qualify for European Conference League or Europa League? That doesn't add any point. Peter White, the man them play for free. We gotta use them. If they're better than the ones playing for money. Thank you for that, Peter. Peter,
that's exactly what I've said. Or is it you're forcing others to take money to play, and they're not better than the next guys, even with the people that's saying that's trying to find narratives. They are actually saying that some of these guys are better. So why is it you're forcing guys to take money? Unless others is getting money with them. Just the same. I think that's the case.
Yeah. Mark Chambers said, for us to the team, we need overseas coach. This man is knocking on a different door. Mark Chambers knocking at a different door. Some players get older, yes, they slow down, but their technique is still there. Mariappa technique is still there. He still could do a job. Do you really want to use? All right, so Alvas Powell is like 20, 24. Oni Fisher, 24. All these players in between the age of 24 and 26. All of these players. All are right back between the age of 24 and 26.
And you're telling me Fisher older, 29. Alvas Powell is also older. All I mean in that bracket.
No, man, Alvas Powell is about 26, man. No,
Alvas Powell. No, man, they're all 29, man. I've checked them. All 27 to 29.
I don't know, man. Alvas Powell is young. Yeah, he's young, man. Alvas Powell is about 26, man. He's young.
Yeah, so that's 27 to 29. So he's going to turn 27. Yeah, so that's what I said. 27 to 29. All of them.
But
no, all of them. They're going to turn 27. That's what I'm saying.
Same sense. Why would you? West Arden is how much? 24?
Yeah, West Arden is 24. Younger.
Yeah, we're just looking at it.
So that's why you're mixing.
All right, so we're looking at these young players, and you're telling me that Theo, you said the technique is still there, right? And he can still do a job. Would you prefer give a young player the opportunity to get his feet on the ground and get his opportunity to shine than someone who's in a team for 10 years who haven't shined at that level? But won a trophy at that level. Give the young guys an opportunity now to come and build something. Let them grow. Let the younger guys make the mistake. I prefer to see young players make mistakes than older players, because the young guys can learn from their mistake. The older players, there's nothing more to learn. So Theonero, there's no substance to your argument. There's none whatsoever. JD, what happened to Greg Lee?
Greg Lee is
actually, I've heard about him.
He's playing at Aberdeen and he's doing good. If it's that Greg Lee is talking about the left back, that can actually play even up forward at left wing. I was pretty surprised you didn't put him in the pool. But obviously he's not here, so that's why I didn't put him in the pool, because I think he's a very good player. A very good technical player, but he's still around doing his bits. So I just can't understand. How much matches he played? What, two matches for the country?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he made two matches, two games, but he didn't. For some reason, he didn't call him back. I think he could be a good fit as well. He could be a good fit for competition for places, because you need that sometimes. Yeah, and he can fit as on the left hand winger side. He can play the winger, I know. Yeah.
At least this time around, Theo and the panelists actually agree on something. I would start Harding over Powell. At least Theo. Malta is not in North America, so they wouldn't be able to play in CONCACAF Champions League. If they are in Europe, they play European Champions League and Europa League. I think what position on the table is I would have to check it. I would like to know what position on the table. Check it for me, JD, because I don't want to skip from the screen.
Which one?
The Maltese League. What position? What position on the table is Martin Davis' team is at?
Yeah, 1 second.
Because I'm not sure. Martin. I think he might be play. I think he's going to play Europa League.
Yes.
I'm not sure. What position did they finish?
No. I'm 1 second. I'm coming up with it. Why they don't even give my boy any face plate? What they going on with? Standing, they are in third spot.
What position is that?
Yeah, they are in third spot. So third spot would not give them a placement at the moment, but I still believe first and second has what points? Where's the points? What they're all about? It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
But third, for third spot, I think they might just be talking about Conference League and stuff. We have to check it. What the qualification gives you. But they are doing well. They are definitely doing well, and he's doing well as well.
Yeah, he's doing his bits on his side of things. So he's doing what he can. Devin Campbell said Moore and Morgan was partner. Yeah, exactly. Tina. All right, so let me run. Let me get back to the player. I think I need to run through some of the comments before. Trying to keep, well, at least this time around we're keeping track with the comments and they're not running away from us. Egyptian teams play African Champions League. They play against teams like Manzembe from Congo and Kesser. Bro, come on, bro.
Believe me, he's just researching things and put it. Nero watch nothing.
He doesn't watch.
He's just trying to cause problem.
Yeah. So Jerry said Alvarez Paul, they're not so young. So if we're thinking about the future perspective, if we're thinking about future perspective, that was we have to move through. Riquelme said, what about Corey Smith from Swansea? Corey Smith, I've never done Corey Smith. The first time I'm actually hearing that name. I would have to do some research on him because I'm not sure. I would have to do some research. I mean, that's actually the first time hearing that name. Glad you brought it up as well, so we can actually do some check. Since you brought up the name, you know how I am. I'll be watching a few games if he's eligible. He's from the Cayman Islands. So Riquelme, are you from the Cayman Islands? That's what I'm seeing here. Left winger, 18 years old, really young as well. Maybe you're from the Cayman Island. So Liam Moore was actually better than he is.
I think he spelled the Corey wrong, right? If he's talking about the Corey with a K, I think he's talking about right.
Corey with a K?
Yeah, Corey Smith with a K. He's highly rated. He was actually at Norwich for a long time. Now he's currently at Swansea after leaving Bristol City. His market value is pretty high, 900,000, almost a mil. He's actually a central midfielder. He's a good player, man. A good player.
But he's 30. Why would we consider?
That's what we're trying to player.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But we can't use.
You only have one. He's way rated than even Lord Jesus Christ. At this stage, at this stage of his 30 years, he's still highly rated than even Rabel Morris, Lord Jesus Christ, And you're telling me that you don't need a central midfield when you only have Daniel Johnson as a true central? I think I would still take him semi.
Remember, no, la- remember, no, that why I mix up his name? That Ravel Larson is the young Jamaica same way. He's still young prospect, according to some of the fan base. He's still
Okay.
the guy
The guy
is
might be in
edging
the Premier
closer to
League
30,
and
and he's still a young.
yeah, but the guy might make the Premier League back and you're still saying that, oh, you're questioning if you would take him. I would take him, man. 30, I would still take him, man.
Yeah,
Give him a
true.
chance, you know? Yeah, and he's a multifunctional player. He can play
You
even
would give him
right
a
back.
chance,
Yes, I would give him a chance
Jerry.
based on what they are
I am.
because based on what they're selecting, and this guy is the top level player. He's just one game away from
Yeah,
making
I
the Premier
understand.
League, you know.
True,
Yeah, you have man similar age,
but
close age to him that's playing in space that they want to play for the team. So why is it a man playing in space that there's no competition? And a guy almost reached the Premier League and he had a very good season, you know? So I think you could look, guys, let me know in the chat if you would take Corey Smith. If you don't know anything
so
about him, just go back and watch Swansea.
Giovanni Brown said Pinnock left centre back, Mariapa right centre back, more defensive midfield, and low right back. What the heck? Can't get more solid than that. Why not just put everyone in the goal then? Just put, since you want to have all defenders on the field, just put everyone in the goal then, Giovanni. Young said Greg Lay is recovering from a torn hamstring. Big up Leon.
Oh my
Andrew
God.
Blake played well yesterday. Yes, he did.
No, it's just someone at the chat that will listen.
Karim Grant said for the Maltese League, third is the Europa League qualifiers, and fourth is the Europa Conference League. So thank you for that update, bro. That means that there's a strong possibility that Martin Davis will be playing in Europe next season. If it's the Europa League or Europa Conference League, he will be in Europe. How many of our players are in Europe? Paul is like Hector, lose the ball a lot. That's not what we want. So I think this is from when I said that we actually agreed on something with Theonera, where he said, "Wow." And Lee Young is hitting hard on Corey Smith. It's old and garbage now. Don't say that, bro.
Wow.
Don't say that about the
players. but the guy is playing in a league that he's one game away. And keep in mind, he ain't just a player that's just here making no sense. He had 37 appearances this season. And his starting 11 is 59%, 62 minutes per game. That's almost all of the games.
But
so, can
JD, I can guarantee you that Lee Young could be one of those guys who was hyping up Anthony Grant as well. Because you know the narrative that is being thrown around, right?
Okay. Well, this man is one game away from the Premier League and he is a consistent performer. You literally look at the guy's stats, the guy has one of the better performers for the entire season. But yet still he's a garbage. No, Lee Young, come on, man. Deal with the guy a little bit better. He puts in a good shift, man. Maybe better than most of the Jamaicans that we will normally select, which due to get selected, you know. Don't get me wrong, you know. But I'm saying this guy is playing way better than all of them. But yet still they are telling you that you don't want them, you know.
All right, so he doesn't have much attacking wise. So let's look at his defensive side because that is the important aspect of his game. So in total of 25 games, he has 2 clean sheets. Error into a goal, error into a shot, both are 1. 2 clean sheets, interception 1.1, tackles per game 1, clearance 3.6. That's in the fairly good region. Now big chances, touches 40 touches per 90. That's in the good region. Almost high touch region. Accurate passes per game, 19.6 of 73%. That is relatively good. Accurate pass in his whole half. 14.6 at 82%, which is good as well. But I think as a defender, accurate pass in your own half should be close to the 90s region. Close to. I'm not saying it should be. But he's in the good region, in the 80 region. That is acceptable. But for me, Mariapa, as I said, Mariapa will not be first choice. He's not even first choice for Bristol City, so I find it difficult to make him first choice for our national team. Whilst they had as for better teams than him. So, what's your take on Mariapa? Mariapa would fall in the about fifth choice, maybe fifth
Um,
choice region.
yes, because I would put him behind Hector as well. Because
Mm-hmm.
Hector, he has the youth on his side, and um, he
Yeah.
has he has actually good tackling about him.
Yeah.
Because I just can't understand why people just but no, I understand. I can't say I don't understand. I understand why people don't rate him, but if you look at what he does on a field, I think he would
Mm-hmm.
be up there over Mariapa right now. Mariapa is older, and he's there for a substitute or an impact player in the dying moments to use his IQ to get past certain stages. So you still need him on board if you have a space. But I would swap Mariapa space right now for a Corey Smith, 100%. Because Corey Smith would have been the second best central midfielder in the entire Jamaican team behind Daniel Johnson.
All right. So,
But
since you brought up Mariapa, why not just move transition to Mariapa in the same sense? Well, not good stats for this season. 4 games started, 3 of those. Despite he came and represented Jamaica, I didn't even see another game from that. Um, he walked to the end of the chain with Fulham. I'm not sure what the situation is, what the reason why they're not giving him any game. As you know, defensive central, defensive right back. They also can deploy him as a right back and central midfield, which is defensive midfield. 4 games, minutes played, 66 minutes played. Touches 54 touches per 90. Key passes 0.3. Accurate pass per game 36.8 at 79%. Accurate pass in the own half is 91%. That is something I just said, that Mariapa accurate pass in his own half is actually 83%. And Hector accurate pass in his own half is 91%. The reason why this is crucial for defenders is because you're a defender. If you're making a
yeah,
pass, it means that you're making a pass to another defender. And naturally, the defender will be close to you. So it has to be clean passes. It has to be clean passes. So,
some of these commenters are terrible, man. The given side, I can tell you, man.
yeah,
They will give people credit and take it back in the same sentence. Givens is comedic, man.
yeah.
Yeah, because he
So,
knows.
yeah, accurate pass in opposition of 11.6. Let's go to the defensive part of his game now. Where, despite his passing is so good, this is his bread and butter, people. This is Hector bread and butter. This is where he should be the best, at his best. So successful clean sheets 0, interception 0, tackles 0.8, possession 1 0, dribble pass averaging 1.3. That's almost 2 times per game. Clearance per game 1.5. Now, for me, these are significantly low stats to be a defender. Significantly low stats to be a defender. I can't say these are good stats as a defender. His passing stats are relatively good, but defensive stats are more crucial. Even if you're playing in a defensive midfield position, you will be defending. He's a defender, bone in his body. I don't understand that. So what's your take on Michael Hector for me? As I said, he's ranked 4th choice for me.
Yes. 4 tries should be the proper position for him. I think you would have still used him as a utility player and maybe someone that you want in the not dying moment, because Jamaicans will kill me for that. But if you don't have any other player to put on the field, you can utilize Hector in those situations, because I know the extra problems to play him, because I think he's way better than what the Jamaicans give him credit for, but definitely I'm not going to even try force him into a starting level or anything. I just believe he's 4th choice. He has a good tackling ability, but as what Evan says here, he won the ball to give it away back. So even though he has that okay aggression going into a tackle, and he has that good ability to win the ball, he's going to give it away, according to Givens here. But obviously the stats prove it as well. So we can't even say nothing. Four tries for him. And we have to
All
speed
right.
it up a little bit, bro, because we are gonna go 17 hours.
So let's and well, at least the good thing about it is that the comments are quite close to the comments, to the final stage of the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bless him against thy Lord Ravel Morrison. Yes, Theo. Sir Ravel Morrison. Morgan, and he's a legend do you hear how football analysts and pundits talk about him? You should see how his team speak about him as well. His team is, look at the man's career. Most Jamaicans will say Lowe is better than him. The guy won the Premier League. The guy captained his team to the Premier League title. How can you say Damien Lowe is better than him? Oh my word.
Well, that's where we should stop the comparison, you know? Because if you're going to look at a legendary player, not just for just Jamaica, but for the Premier League, which most of the other Jamaican players can't even match up to that standard. You understand me? So he's a legend in his own right there. And then people in Jamaica would say, Lowe is better than him. I'm leaving that conversation where it is. Period.
Well, he didn't play still, but he recently lifted up the trophy, one of the most prestigious trophy in world football, FA Cup. Yeah, he didn't play. But remember, as I said, leaders can be in the team, but leaders don't necessarily have to start. But you guys believe that leaders have to start. Captain for the team. And he's on the bench short this season. See, Ricardo Robinson said that's a big talk. So Ricardo Robinson giving Chris Smith's comment a massive big respect. Corey Smith is good, JD. Some of these people don't watch football. Yeah, JD was saying the same.
Yeah, but you're watching military. You just never knew that he's a Jamaican. That's why you didn't pay so much attention to him.
I never knew.
That's why. But the guy is good. I don't know what these guys are talking about.
One thing I know, he knows how to manage a defensive press. He knows how to manage a press when he's being pressed.
His IQ is one of the best part of his game, and those are the players you need to bring in to excel the Jamaican team overall. You get me? Not the other European-based players, but most of the Jamaicans locally can learn from him. Those are the players that I would say you should bring in, man. 30, and just 30 ain't that old, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Pinnock should be 29, right?
Yeah.
So
Pinnock?
30 ain't that, yeah, Pinnock 29, yeah.
I think it's 29? No?
Yes,
is that all?
Let me pull him up straight. Yeah, man, Pinnock is around 29.
No, he's the next player that we're going to. He's the next player that we're moving to.
Okay.
So let's move on to the next
27.
Exactly. Because I know Pinnock has like about 2 World Cup in his legs.
Yeah. And I got you wrong.
Yeah, didn't he turn 27 this year as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Month of no, he's turning 28 this year. He was born in my month of May. In 4 days' time, he's 28. But people, Ethan Pinnock people, what I want you guys to look at is heat map. First thing first, look at his heat map. We have been covering players so far this entire time. There's no player with a heat map like that. There's none. We haven't covered any with a heat map like that. JD, what's your take on Ethan Pinnock? And overall, where would you rank him in the Jamaican team?
Ethan Pinnock, I would say Ethan Pinnock is not just the best defense center back in the team. I think he's vying for one of the best and most important player in the entire team, because what he brings to you is aerial strength, calm under pressure, because he's an actual leader man, not just make up story leader man. He's an experienced player that can lead the pack. And his passing ability is actually good on both foot. Don't let anyone tell you anything unless they didn't watch him. So the guy is, for the CONCACAF region, he would definitely be one of the best centre backs in the CONCACAF region. We just played one game. So because we don't have to judge the CONCACAF region in order to know how good the players are. You never looked at most of the Mexican players and tell me that you watch them in the Mexican game to know them. You watch them at different clubs. Alvarez playing for Ajax. You watch him in the Champions League. That's why you know he's so good, because you watch him against high-level players. The World Cup comes every 4 years. You're not watching Mexico every day, so stop lying. You understand me? So stop using the CONCACAF to rate players when you're watching them outside league, in leagues that come on your TV. These are professional liars, you know. You know, because that's where they actually watch the guys there. But because they know that Low have good stats in the CONCACAF, they're going to dig that up to use it as comparable. But the guy didn't need to play in the CONCACAF because the guy is, you know, in your eyeballs. You're literally watching him on a good enough level, and he might just be at that top echelon when next season comes. So the guy's skills is... Look, to show you that he's a leader, man. In the first half, he had a soccer score of 6.4, made a few errors that actually nearly cost his team. What he did, he never just lost the plot. He went back, buckled down, and start making the right plays to start and pressed into CDM and pick up passes and close down interception lanes. That is highly skilled at a high level, and he just came back and be the best player in the second half. Not just one of the best player in the second half, because he made those integral challenges that made the difference in the end. And he was still on the pitch at the last part. So that's how you know how good he is. If he was a liability and having a bad game, they would have taken him off 70 minutes because they didn't want to go through that patch. So believe me, Ethan Pinnock is Lord and Savior for the Jamaican team. Just watch.
All right. I think that is Ravel Morris, you know, that title belongs to Ravel. Let me run through some of the before I go on my before I go on my comment, let me run through the comment. I want to keep a track of the comments. Theonera saying big up Hector. Big him up. I doubt Hector is watching us. Mark, Hector can look good if you have a good player around him in the middle. Why do you need to put a player around a player to make him look good? I don't understand that. DJ Romin said, "Good day. Just I'm going to link Ravel in Kingston." Really? What's he saying? What's Ravel saying? DJ Romin said, "Low never win a teacup." Giovanni Brown said, "Maps will always start, so we're Liam Moore and Low Agogo." That is the problem. If Maps is starting, we have a serious issue with Whitmore. Then I'm saving some energy for Whitmore now. I'm really saving some energy for Whitmore. Nobody said that anybody say that Damien Lowe is better than Wes Morgan is a madman. That person should not be listened to. I want to see people. Someone said that. Giovanni said Maps is going to start once he's not injured. That's problem. Right. DJ German said, "You guys know I read my comments." DJ, I just read the comments. I just read it.
Yo, DJ, put it in a super chat if you want your comment to be read instant. DJ.
Wes Morgan is a classical player in his own rights. Well done, Wes. And we have to congrats him as a Jamaican. We have to say, congrats, man. You have done well in your career. And you came and you choose to represent us. And we respect that. We respect that. Ravel is getting fit and thing. All right, so good thing. Yeah, we're at the end of the last comment. So we can run through my take on Ethan Pinnock. First of all, Ethan Pinnock is a baller. Quality baller. One of the players that I think that can really thrive under any system that Whitmore wants to deploy. Any system. 4-2-3-1, 3-5-2, 3-4-3, any system. It doesn't matter. Now, one of the key things is that he thrives well in a three at the back system. So, as we said earlier, we might see the likes of Liam Moore and Damien Lowe playing together as a pairing. But people are saying that Ethan Pinnock is the man, Damien Lowe. No, Mariappa is the man that Theodore Whitmore will be going for, in which I'm pretty much scared of. Because if that is his mindset and his thought of frame of mind, I think something is wrong. You don't have to
But
be the
guys,
captain. Not because you're the captain means that you have to be in the team.
DJ Romain, smash the like button. You just come in the chat and you said you just come in the chat. We don't see the like button move. So guys, smash the like button. Send this one into the algorithm, because if we are talking facts and you're saying that it's facts, you need to send it
Yeah.
into the ethos that others can see it, and get the channel some
Thank
visibility.
you. Yeah, people, smash the like button, people, as the co-host said. No one compare Low with West. In all Wagwan, we just want to see a midfield two of Isaac Aiden and Lewis Baker as they play as a playmaker. Lewis Baker, 2-footed, good at attacking and defending, and good passer. Yeah, he's a player that we would love to see. DJ Romain said Low did good. He would be in European League. Did. And why is he not in the European League? Kevin Reed said, bless up, Kevin Reed. Thank you for coming in. Marcus Garvey said, we are using people assumption about choices. See? That's just assumption. It's just pure assumptions, people. The next player we're going on is Liam Moore. Now, where did you rank Ethan Pinnock? At first?
Yes, of course. First.
Ethan Pinnock is ranked at first. So he's typically the highest passings. I didn't have to go passings. That's all of those things are immaculate.
We don't have to go in nothing, because who we are going to compare it with Moore.
You can compare with Moore.
Okay.
He's the only player Moore is the only player that can compare with him. Because look at this now. Let's move on to it now. Moore played 32 games, captain as well, 31 starts, 81 finish me. So these are similar stats. Even featured in Team of the Week twice. Now look at Moore has an assist. Look at touches. Similar high touch volume players. Both of them are high volume touch players. Ethan Pinnock and Moore. 60 touches per 90 people. 60 touches per 90. Which means that he's the pressure relief valve in the team. Once the team is to Moore, then he decides what to do. So he's the dictator in the team. Key pass is 0.2. Now look at this, people. This is the second person with high passing accuracy. So we have Ethan Pinnock, Liam Moore, and Michael Hector with the highest passing accuracy in the team, in the entire team. So now,
and you should remind them that both of these defenders, they naturally go up. So that 4-2-3-1 system that we love to play because it's security. These two players, Moore and Pinnock, they like to push forward and stay in the defensive central zone, so they can actually help that zone if you're going to use weaker central midfielders that can't really tackle. So they're going to help them out. So they're going to make the team overall stronger. Both players play similar ways.
Yeah, they are quite similar players. Look at their passing ratio. 43.3. At 84% overall. Accurate passing his own half is 36.9 at 92%, which is, I think, Liam Moore has the highest. It's a bit higher. It's 1% higher than Michael Hector and Ethan Pinnock. Ethan Pinnock was 91. Hector was 91 as well. Accurate pass in the opposition half is quite lower than both Ethan Pinnock and Michael Hector. Michael Hector is like 62. Ethan Pinnock is at 71, and Hector and Moore here is 55. So it's just a shade above. What he does now, long ball, just the same as similar with Ethan Pinnock. He has a lot of long ball, which is 3.5 at 43%, which is quite high because long ball is in the opposition half. Chip pass is 2.1 also, which is quite high as well at 41%. These are high. No, he has more clean sheet than even Ethan Pinnock. So we have to give them that praises as well. At 11, interception per game 0.9, tackles per game 0.7. Now the reason why these are so low is because he's the one who does the cleanup. He's the last man. So the other defender, and what's his name? His partner is the one that does all the aggressive tackles. Then he do the marshalling. He's the one that does the marshalling. That is the reason why. So for me, I'm ranking Liam Moore at I'm ranking Liam Moore at second.
Yes,
With a
Lord
7
Jesus
out of
Christ,
10.
Pinnock is at first, you know?
No.
Giovanni Brown.
So let's run through some of the comments before we move on to the next person now. And we're touching and players because the next player, and we're also close to the end of the chat. So we're moving in relatively good time, organized good time as well, close to the end of the chat. We're using people. Okay, I read that already. I'd rather Jamaica go for Raheem Harper. He's a much better player than Corey Smith with a lot of upside.
Lee Young, he's not a much better player. Corey Smith is better than Raheem Harper now, but Raheem Harper's potential is higher than him.
Potential
you get
high.
me? So that's the whole story. I think you see you Lee Young, you know we out here watching every single match because once we're not doing anything, we're watching football. So why are you coming with these things and you know it's not true? The guy is potential. Potential means our
what he can
potential
become.
ceiling, it hasn't happened as yet. Well, you have Smith playing now. He's one game away from the Premier League, and he had a stellar performance for the entire season. And he had previous seasons good performance. How much seasons you can put on the Raheem Harper belt? The guy is barely eligible to play legal football. So how much good seasons you can put under his belt? Not so many. You have to give experience a lot, man. You have to give experience a lot out here. He's not ready to be classed with him. But I see where you're coming from. So even though I'm fighting you, I still give you the respect that Raheem Harper is one of the players that we should be looking for. I've covered him. And I said he would be a solid player. He even could have started now for the Jamaican team. But I think Smith is a little bit there now, and you would need him.
Yeah. Liam Moore is the best player of Liam Moore is the English-based player that impressed me mostly. So that's from Theo Nero.
Yeah, because he watched the one game against USA.
Okay, so that's the one game he used as an attestment. Really? Military played 10 minutes in the FA Cup final. So, yeah, we can say that he actually won it with them. Marcus Messiah Garvey. I like Liam Moore playing with Lowe better than Ethan Pinnock. We shouldn't allow two new defenders to start. Lowe is not the worst. Come on. We can't use stats. We never said that.
We never said he's the worst. We never said he's the worst, but he's not the best.
I would never want to say that.
But he's not the best. I am saying that because you have Lord Jesus Christ, the real Lord Jesus Christ, Pinnock on the pitch.
Profound Ministry said that Pinnock first, Liam Moore second, Mariappa third, Damian Lowe fourth. Wow.
Oh my God. Guys, find Profound Ministry and get to him because you see it? He's not giving him third. At least we are generous.
He's all right. For me, he's third in my book. Undoubtedly, before these guys came in, Damian Lowe was actually we had. So we had to settle for that. So let's look at the man himself, the big man himself, the man that is so contradictory in the world of the Jamaican football.
Yes, and I like how you phrase that, the world of Jamaican football, because it is a world by itself, you know.
I doubt we'll get much stats from him here. I really doubt it, but I think we might get.
Yeah, but you know,
everyone
in the chat know the secondary Lord Jesus Christ, please.
Yeah, not getting much stats. He has a goal, played 4 games, 85 minutes. Let's see. No stats. I'm not getting any stats, but we know what he has to offer. I really want to find first division. No stats. USL Championship. We must get finally. We are going to use the USL Championship, which is recent in 2020. Where we have to use something. So he played 5 games. 5 appearances. He started 2 58 minutes per appearance, which is quite low, which means that he's not playing. Let's move into his stats, his passing stats.
But
Total touches 37. He's not a high touch
but before you get
player.
into the stats, them, why is it he's always without a
Mhm.
club before a period then sign for our next club? Why is it he can't just transfer to a club directly?
He had he had an injury season once, like one season, like he was totally out. Then he moved. He was moving from club to club. He started off at Hartford. I think it's Hartford or Heatford, in the
Yes.
USL.
Hartford
Moved. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm talking
he
to
made
his
a lot of
latter
moves
stage,
in
latter
his young.
stage, yeah, because I saw that he moved a load of
Yeah,
times,
yeah,
So if he's
a lot
that,
of free move.
if he's Lord Jesus Christ, why is it why all the Lord Jesus Christ is from Jamaica seems to always be on the move? If your Lord and Savior should always be there and people fighting to keep you. So isn't that some I'm just asking an honest question, guys. So don't believe I'm being sarcastic, but is it if you're Lord Jesus Christ, people should fight to keep you at the club? And commenters, let me know in the comment section, what are your thoughts on that? If you're that good, shouldn't people be there fighting to keep you rather than selling you over and over?
No, one player I know in this Reggae Boy team, I would assign that title to the Jamaican Lord and Savior, and that's Andre Blake. And the reason why I would assign that title to him is because he's consistently performing for the club that he's at and also the country. And I'm telling you, if he's available, if he's on a free tomorrow, any club in the MLS would take him immediately. He's the most consistent player in the Philadelphia Union team. So that shows importance. I think that shows importance. And the Philadelphia Union will not let go of Andre Blake, which goes to show how important he is in the team. That is when you know a player has value.
It's just the truth, bro, man. I think these are questions we really need to ask the guys that come over here, always be protection shield. They need to ask themselves that. If you're so good and a team's objective is always to win things, why is it you're going to let go of your best Lord and Savior? You understand me?
Yeah. Would we let go of Leon Bailey?
But look at this. Marcus Garvey says here, Marcus Garvey, what a brilliant name you have there. You're a legend. Not every coach know to bring the best out of a player, yeah. But who am I? I could be wrong. No problem.
No, you are right. You are right.
I know you're right. But if you're talking about Lord Jesus Christ low, I think so much coaches can't be wrong. You have to look at that as well, Marcus Garvey, because it's not 1, 2, or 3. And I didn't saw Messi fail under 15 coaches. I saw him excelled under all the coaches, even bad systems. So
because
really
of his quality,
that is just
poor system
for the player you like,
Yeah,
it's just reality.
Even poor systems. Yeah. As I said, even Lionel Messi, and it doesn't matter the coach or the system, he performs. Why isn't Lowe able to hold down an MLS club? He played college football. He was drafted in the MLS and couldn't hold down a team. Andy Williams, Tyrone Marshall played MLS right through. Yeah. I want you guys to come to your Ireland, or is it Ireland, to the Jamaica team. You know they haven't qualified for the 90. Oh, Ireland. Okay. To compare, you want us to compare the Ireland team to the Jamaican team.
Why would you even compare that to your? You're just digging up a bunch of things. You know what I think you do? I know you said you watch football,
Excuses.
but I think you watch your computer screen a little bit more. So you're just digging up a lot of things and copy and paste them here. That's what I think you're doing. You know why Ireland in a way stronger? Everyone on planet Earth can tell you that Ireland's competitors are way stronger than the CONCACAF. Like every one of them are stronger than the CONCACAF. If not, Ireland could have been competitive for first or second spot in the CONCACAF region. So I don't know what tier you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. And let's run through some more of the comments. Chris Smith said, first of all, Low live in the USA, so he don't. So don't anything to be there. Ask yourself why he's not one of the top defenders in the MLS. Andre Blake came through college's system and he could hold down a club. Okay, Everton said, big up. Low doesn't perform when he plays for Jamaica. Facts. Pair him with more.
Low does
we
perform,
should be okay.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it does. Okay, it does. Okay, Low does. Okay, okay. How about a three system, a three at the back system?
Yeah, but three at the back
we can
system,
say, okay,
you clearly showed that.
Continue.
Three at the back system, you clearly show that you don't have any depth in the centre backs them. So, what happens if you have a slight injury or a guy tired or something? You can't change to fit anything. So I just believe the selection is just very bad, you know.
Yeah. So for you, JD, I rank him as the third because he was the better one before even the new guys came in. The new guys came in and the balance of power shifted, and I'm ranking him at third, the third best defender in the team right now. So that is my list. So for a left back position, I have Kemar Lawrence as first, Amari Bell as second. Right back position, Wes Harden at first, O'Neal Fisher third, Alvas Paul as second. Centre back position, I have Ethan Pinnock first, Liam Moore second, Damian Lowe third, Michael Hector fourth, and Adrian Mariapa at fifth. What's your who do you have a third? Where do you put
in the real world, you know? I can tell you, most people wouldn't rate Low at third, and most people wouldn't rate him above Mariapa and actual Hector. That is very bad, according to most people in the real world. But you know what? For the sake of the video and the sake of no more war and headaches, bro, I'm going to put him at third. You understand?
No, let the war and the headache begin. You know I'm here.
No. I will let him stay at third, due to the fact that he's a very good favorite of the Jamaican team, and I want the best for the team. And sometimes I know our word is very powerful because we will say something and they will see it on an article later. You understand me? So we have to be careful of what we said, So Lord Jesus Christ, the second should be third. Moore came in second, and I think Pinnock just have the capability and the know-how to get the first place, and he's the actual true Lord Jesus Christ. That's what I would say.
All right, but for me, I've seen enough to say that he actually edged a few of these guys. Mariapa, he passed the age threshold for me. Michael Hector, he's definitely too error prone for me to say I'm comfortable with him. And I've watched Low. Even in recent times, I know that he has a bit of quality, despite the opponents that he's playing against are significantly lacking in quality. But I've seen him for the Jamaica versus I've seen the other guys for the Jamaica, and I'm not impressed with the other guys. So let's see how well that goes. But for me, Damian Lowe would rank at third.
Yep. So
let me run through the comments time now.
War time now. Guys, sending the war comments then now. The war comments guys now.
Yeah. Sending you. This is the perfect time. So we finish off with the players by ranking. Let us know if you are okay with that ranking. For the defenders, for the centre backs, in accordance to ranking, I have it at Ethan Pinnock at first, Liam Moore at second, Damian Lowe at third, Michael Hector at fourth, and Adrian Mariapa at fifth. For the left back, it's Kemar Lawrence first, then Amari Bell, and then for the right back, I have Wes Harden at first, Alvas Paul at second, and O'Neal Fisher at third. So Let me write it in.
The chat going mad,
So
you know. You
tell
need to
me
get
if
to
you
the
guys
chat.
are tell me if you guys agree with that. Um so O'Carty said, I rate you guys unbiased opinion. I think more fans should have the same opinion. Thank you for that, O'Carty. I doubt most there's
No, no, no.
massive narratives.
World
There's
boss,
so much narratives going.
we are just on the scene, and that's the only reason
Yeah.
why. Give
Okay,
it time,
O'Carty.
and we are going to be the individuals everyone talking about. We
O'Carty,
have
we're trying to
so
change the
much
narrative.
characteristic about ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, we are
Exactly.
so inclined to give people accuracy. You know,
Yeah.
that's not normal on the scene. So, Lord Jesus
It take a
Christ,
while. It take a while for people to
Lord,
adapt to it.
Lord Jesus Christ, pin up first.
So O'Carty, as you hear JD said, we are new to the environment and it is something new. And as you know, people don't like changes, especially when it goes against your opinion. When your narrative starts to change, you reject it at first. When you start rejecting it at first, then now after a while, when things are being opened to your eyes, you're starting to realize that you are being clouded all the time period.
Remember, you know,
So
remember.
we're here to free the minds of the mental capacity that these guys are under. We're trying to free them to let them get understanding of
Sir
imperative
Guna,
understanding and biased upon opinion of how football is right now.
Sir Guna, remember
Yeah,
that I am the reject as well. I am actually one of the outcasts that Jamaica wants to sign, but the JFF on YouTube trying their best for Jamaicans not to sign me. You understand me? So
yeah.
we have quality, you know, we have quality and we are gonna get there in all of you guys' arts. You know the
So
deal, you know? Smash
where the
the
big
like
deals,
button if you
where the big
respect that
players coming in.
conversation.
So wait, hold on. So that means you're Ethan Pinocchio. I am Leon Moore. They accept me because they see something look impressive, but they just
Yes,
can't accept me because you're going to take a position of someone that they don't want you to take.
yes, exactly, exactly. I
Well, but
am
at
going to
least,
become the new Lord Jesus Christ, you know?
at least I'm accepted quite easily. Everton, and that's what I'm saying. I didn't get that. Everton said, Mops need to come off the bench too slow. Watch Pinocchio can't use the left foot. Can't use the left foot, or you're saying can't use the right foot? I'm not sure. Perform Ministry said, friend or son of a friend doesn't apply to a professional international team. Yeah, exactly. It's about being professional. We don't need no friend or no family or no. We're being professional. That's the best. That's the only way we can go forward. You guys claim that I don't watch football. Where were you when I was watching the qualifiers for the 2014 World Cup game? Gave my computer a virus when we went down to Guatemala and we lost. Okay, so back then I wasn't watching. I wasn't doing YouTube back then. 2014. I recently joined the army at 2014, so I didn't have that time on my hand. So that wasn't like that was like a year after I joined. I joined the military in 2013, and I know most of you guys are saying that I'm not from Jamaica. I joined the Jamaica Defense Force, which is our military. So you guys think I'm not? You know what? You know what? How many people JD asked me which part of England or which part of Canada I am? I'm like, no, I'm in Jamaica. I serve most of you guys. I serve you. I am a servant to you guys.
I am
I give
not.
service. And I'm giving
I am
service in a
not.
different aspect now. So appreciate if you don't appreciate what I'm doing here, at least appreciate that. My service to you. You can't put Pinnock as number one yet. Until he prove himself for Jamaica. More one for me.
Yeah, but Moore didn't prove himself. He just played one game.
Just one game. The
Tevin,
same
oh
one game
my
that Pinnock
God.
played.
That means
Same one game that Pinnock played.
Lord Jesus Christ will be in your heart by the next game because he's going to be solid.
So they're using that as so that means then okay. So Mikel Antonio should not be number one then. Because he hasn't proved himself. Jamalo shouldn't get a start because he only played one game. He hasn't proved himself as yet. Let's see. Ravel Marson only played 2 games. He hasn't proved himself as yet neither. Is 2 games enough to prove yourself? Is 1 game enough? enough to prove yourself? I don't know.
I
You guys
think
are the one making the rules.
I think they actually forgot what they said before. Every time they actually make a next speech. Yes, that's true. That's true.
So let me see. Clayton Donaldson pioneer again with another comparison. Oh, okay. I didn't read this one before I go to Theo, because Theo is going to come up with some argumentative stats. CONCACAF players are different style of play, so Lowe should at least be out there to introduce more and Eton until they have an idea. Do you think that when Christian Pulisic started to play for the USA, they were thinking about he should not start it because he's not used to CONCACAF? The guy is quality; they should be in the team right away. That's how actual football world is. You have a quality player, you shove them out there right away. Don't tell me about they're not used to a system. So you're telling me that let me use a comparison. You're telling me that because Ravel Morrison is not used to the Jamaican Premier League, he should not play for he wouldn't start for anyone of the Premier League in Jamaica. Remember, no, we're talking about the Ravel Morrison. If he should sign for one of the Premier League team in Jamaica, he should not start because he's not used to the Premier League in Jamaica. Are you saying that? Are you saying the same thing? Let me get an understanding. Clayton Donaldson played good in Championship too, but what did he do for Jamaica? And Jesus no real, so you can't stop the sarcasm. Everton 7 since DJ will they JD.
Yes, he's always doing that because he wants to let me get angry.
We love our honesty. It breeds conversation. We love honesty. We love your honest. It breeds conversation. Exactly. Thank you for that. And I think JD accepts that as well.
Yes, that's
Low
why he
play
has
with
to sign me now. He needs to sign me and start paying me some big checks. Yeah.
Low play with his heart for Jamaica. I am 100% sure if I'm playing for Jamaica, I will play with my soul as well.
Yeah.
I'll play with
Because
my soul.
we need to start checking if the guys that are heartless on the pitch. We want to check if their hearts are still in their bodies.
Andrew Allen said, why is it that the Suriname YouTube coach always been disrespecting Jamaican players and lifting up all the Suriname players? Who is the Suriname YouTube coach? I don't know.
Andrew Allen, a me mature word fan, man. Andrew Allen, I have never came here and disrespected none of the Jamaican players. If you listen to me, that means you're one of the person that are the problems. You notice what he did there? He exposed himself military because it showcased that he doesn't class the English players as Jamaicans. Yes, so you're part of the problem, Andrew Allen. Come at me with something better. I'm waiting. And smash the like button as well.
Since you're here, smash the like button.
I catch in that one. Smash the like button.
I'm quite sure that we might see a few dislikes on this video before it's finished.
No, it has 0 dislikes. The one really? From early, Raji, he removed this dislike because he knows that I am technically inclined to search for his YouTube dislike and send him a virus on his YouTube channel.
Crystal Palace need to buy Blake. They need a good keeper. I think they would buy. Listen, people. Blake is 30. If you know anything about the world of football, they are more inclined to go for a younger keeper and keep the one that they have as the backup. That's how the world of football is. Siobhan Given said Pinnock might be a better defender, but Lowe starts with more until Pinnock prove he's up. So what gives it more the start? What does rectify the start? What ultimatum is it that more has to start as well? It is like Ross Barkley, very good in Southgate squad, but poor in the Premier League. And guess what? When last Ross Barkley get a proper called up and also played? England taking away Ireland ballers. Given said thought 1 point Russ good play. Russ was good playing for another peer club. Yeah, he played well for. He didn't play. Which club was it again? I can't remember. I can't remember. Kevin Reed said, Givens, Low have a lot of bad games for Jamaica too. We are make it look like him always perform. Kiss me teeth. Come on, Low. Now Pinnock or more. Thank you for that, Kevin.
I
It
heard him
seems
say that
as if
himself.
military, do you know better Rose? Ha ha ha. Yes, I do know better Roses. Better Rose. Better Rose was actually one of my saw majors as well. Sergeant major, I would say. They would say. But oof.
Andrew Allen out here spying out my channel about YouTube Suriname coach, yeah? Andrew Allen, you're a hater. You
Where did I
can't.
reach? Let me see if I...
He's still searching something to come
Marcus
back with.
Messiah Gav. He's searching, man. Marcus Messiah Gav said, after how much year, Hector still not proved nothing yet. But yet still they want him to start in the CDM position. Hector should be converted into, oh my word, Jivan. Hector should be converted into a striker.
Oh my God.
To be the best centre back in the championship is telling, but first impression in football, especially on a trial, can also be telling. That's true. But you have to use also this aspect of what he's doing, because you're not going to call a player if he's not playing well. Can you? Would you say a player because he's? Would you call the worst player in the Jamaican Premier League and said that he has potential, so we're calling him? Whilst you have players in the Premier League playing. I just so okay. So he's saying I just want given saying he just want to see why he's improve himself as the best defender in the championship. Look at this, JD. I want you to read this one.
What Chris Smith?
Yeah.
Okay. Andre Blake can leave his club tomorrow and get a next MLS contract. If Lowe was so good, why couldn't he make it in the MLS? He was there in the second team. Well, according to everyone's the excuse merchants, they have stated that it's due to the fact that he wanted more money. But if that's the case, that shows that he has no professionalism in him. In it, he has no professionalism in him. Because if you're going to leave a competition for a worse competition because you need more money, it makes no sense. And people said he was good. You're going to tell me that the Egyptian league paying more money than the Premier League? If you're Lord Jesus Christ, someone please educate me here.
All right, so striker Hector, it's a good time to be alive. Rip to all the fallen soldiers, Shorty Malcolm, Peter Cargill, Luton Shelton, and the Reggae Girls as well. Big up Harrigan, thank you for coming in. It's been a while, bro. Hopefully you're good. Said everyone big up in the chat.
All right.
People, please remember to smash the like button on the chat. At least 60 likes minimum. At least 60 likes minimum before we close off. Gunnar, JD, good program, very informative. Enjoy your holiday. Bless up. Thank you for that Perform Ministry. I'm happy that you came here and you enjoyed the show. Remember, people, all the social platforms are in the chat, up at the top of the chat. Make sure you guys go over to my social platforms and hit the subscribe. Well, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Follow me on the social media platforms. And people, I follow everyone. Don't think I'll be the type of person who have 3,000 followers and only following 2 persons. No, I'm not that type of person. I follow everyone because I am building a platform. I am building a platform where we can grow. I am building a growing platform where we can enjoy ourselves as fans. We can on Instagram having debates just the same. We can have debates on Instagram. We can have debates on Twitter. We can have debates on the social media platform as well.
Well, then it's the opposite when we are for me. I follow nobody. Only the followers that follow me. I am not interested in none of these guys. So, yeah, followers, you can follow me, but I will follow you back. I'm not going to follow no superstar because I don't even believe that they are superstars. That's what I'm saying. But anyways,
Yeah. Given
Angel
said
and
what?
this did respond. Are
Okay,
you
okay, okay,
letting?
okay. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I skip
Okay,
past.
I'm not a
I'm not a
troublemaker.
troublemaker.
I okay.
Yeah,
Go on,
read it,
boss.
read it, man. That I think it's for you.
Yeah, because I'm not a troublemaker. I've never been. Just asking questions. Don't mean to offend anyone, which I didn't. We're just freestyling, giving you jokes, because I do believe that these guys watch these channels. I am 100% sure that they watch these channels. It's just because we don't want to come out and tell you what they do behind the scenes, but we know they do because they did contact us. So we know that 100%. So I know they are listening, but
First thing,
it is
guys,
what it is. We have to be
I'm glad
honest.
JD said that. I'm glad JD said that. Some of these players, people, are not who you think they are. Just know that some of these players that we are hyping up, they are not who you think you are. When you have 1v1 conversation with some of these players, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Um Given said, what if Pinnock is better paired with Low than Liam Moore? What if it's the other way around? Hey, read the whole comment, Guna. We might have a Veron situation where pairing is concerned. Yeah, of course, and that is true. And it could be a case in which Damian Lowe is better paired with Liam Moore than Pinnock, despite Pinnock being one of the better defenders. So pairing also is a big factor. Pairing is also a big factor. But it boils down to the coach as well. But what if Theodore Whitmore believes that Mariappa pairing with Michael Hector is the best pairing? What if? Just what if? But but is there any bad players in Suriname for you? Just
Of
asking.
course, of course, of course. We talked about most players that weren't cutting it, and look at what the manager did, Andrew. The
Left
players
them
that he
out.
doesn't believe is good enough to do it. You know what they did? They went and got 15 new players and add two more to make 17, and then put them out the team. So that's why I've covered it to show you that people make decisions because they have balls and their balls working to get the right places. So that's the whole story. Yeah, 100%. And Tevin bashing me again. Yep, it is what it is. But covering Suriname and covering other places was just to show you guys that Jamaica ain't making the right decisions because they are filled with corruption. That's the problem. But everyone else doing it. But I was trying to be informative, Tevin. But I guess you don't want that. You see it as 18 instead of informing you. You get me? But obviously, I can't inform you because in Jamaica, you burn out informers. So why should I try to inform you on anything?
We are at the 2 hour margin, the 2.5 hour margin, and that is actually the limit for us. We can't do the 4 hour, 5 hour, and 6 hour stream. And we have things to do. And it's a holiday, and we have family to pen with. It's time to go and hug up the wifey. People,
Yep.
thank you very much for coming to the chat. JD, thank you for coming on to the show. A lot
Yep.
of
The
respect.
chat I
I
like.
know.
I like Tevin. He's a troublemaker. Andrew seems like a warboat as well. And Marcus Mosiah Garvey is legendary. So guys,
Yeah, he's a great
I'm
friend
not
of mine
just
now
a
because I
troublemaker.
contacted him. We talk,
I
we
just
talk with him over Instagram.
I just gave you
But
guys back what you asked for. Every day you come into my chat troubling me. Today I came out and give it back to you guys. Then you're fighting.
I really enjoyed the show. This was a very entertaining show. We went through this is good thing about it. We came here with a plan. We want to analyze every single player. We went through every single player, and it's actually formulated in the right proper way. So you came here, guys. You get proper information. We also do involve discussion. You get the analytics as well. You get your stats, and we come away that we did run a good show. We enjoy what happened. Mark Sherman said, "Do you have the substance to do a 4 hour show?" Yes, we can. I can, and JD can. Listen, I
No,
used to do
I
three.
can't.
I
I can't.
well,
I'm not
JD,
gonna do
JD
it.
said he can.
I'm not doing it.
Ask JD. I used to do three live streams in one day, up to 2 hours. I do like three watch alongs in one day. That's over 2 hours, like 6 hours in one single day. 6 hours, but it makes no sense. It makes no sense. There's nothing out there that's grabbing offer. Big up people. I really enjoy you guys coming here. A wonderful day. Enjoy your day, people. Enjoy your holiday. If you don't have, if you're not in a region where you're celebrating a holiday today, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care with your family, people. Please smash the like button. Remember to smash the like. Also subscribe to the channel. And you guys, you're the same guys subscribe to JD channel. You know I'm
No,
active
no,
on
no.
all.
They
Make
don't
sure you
like me. They
subscribe.
don't like me.
Also the
You don't
social.
understand them. You don't understand them. They don't like me. It's okay. It's okay.
Also the socials, people. Remember to go over to the social platform, Military Guna, and every social media platform. But big up, people. Thank you for coming in. I really enjoyed the show. It was a very good show. Informative information passed on, and arguments, everything, debates, everything, comprised of everything. Military Guna TV, people.